Don't pay for shit. TikTok. Good evening. I'll try and bring Sunday's TikTok back on again, because for about 2 months now I've not been doing Sunday, but we're going to try it to bring it back on again on a Sunday. See how that goes. Odrisco said, can we chat? Yes, we can chat. Odrisco, I thought you sent a request. Come up, bro. Like, come, let's have a conversation. If you want to talk, let's talk. I like people who like to talk to me. And I don't bite. I don't bite at all. Apparently, according to some people, I'm the wicked witch of the West. I'm not. I just don't fuck around with nonsense, okay? I'm a nice person, Wiley. I'm a nice person. So, Friday, when we did this live stream, I had to start a whole new book, yo, because the other one is like full of nonsense, okay? Let's go through some of the reasons that we heard about why husbands should be leaders and why wives should be submitting. Let's start with the last one. The most stupidest one, that one we were given, the last one, the last reasons I wrote in my book. Some guy literally came up onto the panel and said, because I'm gonna be straight with you. For the last 6 weeks, I've been running these lives where we're talking about leadership and submissiveness, and there's not one person who has been able to come up onto the panel and tell me exactly what women are submitting to, if it's a good thing, and what men are leading, like what qualifies them to be leaders. Nobody has been able to actually show us why we expect women to submit and men to be, and wives and husbands to be leaders. Rash says, Sha, I didn't realize you come on live on weekends. Have I missed out much tonight? No. I was watching a movie with my son. We've started the series of the X-Men. So we're on movie number 2. So we just finished movie number 2 today. I've started a new tradition with him where I watch the films that I grew up watching, like the films that I like, with him. We started off with Marvels. We did all of that, and then we did Avatar, and then we did what was the last one that we did? Oh gosh, I forget. But then we are now on X-Men. So yeah, you haven't missed much at all. I've only literally just switched on. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for the hat me. Thank you. Mr. S is back. He says, Oprah Winfrey, you need deliverance. Mr. S, last time you felt a little bit brave to come up onto the panel. Are you feeling, yeah, it's great bonding time. Are you feeling brave enough to come up on the panel tonight, Mr. S? Because I'm not feeling too well in my body, so maybe this might be your opportunity to come say some shit and get away with it, you know? So come up on the panel, Mr. S. Last time you were a little bit pussy-old to be able to come up onto the panel properly, and you came and just hollered some insults, but then you didn't actually tell us what makes a man a good leader and what makes a woman the person who should be submitting. Yeah, it's a lovely tradition. Thank you. Thank you. Human Supremacy said, yes, what if we just work together? Exactly. It's so simple. It's a relationship. We didn't come here to have power over each other. We didn't come here to, we don't get into relationships to have power over each other. No, we get into the relationships for the simple fact that we want companionship. We want to live long together. We want to have families together. And can you hear the words? It's together. We're not coming into the relationship to do something for one person. Alice, good evening. How are you? We're coming into the relationship for both people to benefit, both of you, right? And don't ask why I took off this nail. Where did I put it? I took off this nail because I'm going to do my eyelashes tomorrow and it's hard for me to do them with long nails. So I took off that nail. But I will put it back after I've done my lashes, and I'll put it back on. So, a lot of people want to subjugate each other and to control each other in relationships for no actual reason. It doesn't serve them anything because they end up getting getting left. They end up being divorced. And somebody was saying, yeah, but patriarchy works. Look at how many marriages last long in Africa. But the truth of the matter is, Harry Collins, thank you so much for the gift. The truth of the matter is, in Africa, a lot of women are controlled. They don't have the same rights as they have in other continents where they have the option to leave. They are controlled in the fact that they are kept out of work, so they don't have any money or any wealth. And some families actually don't actually leave any inheritance to female relatives. Mr. S, you're Africa, you're Nigeria. Today, your Nigerian brother, that goat, what's his name? Ex School of Life was on live saying, well, how come the marriages in Africa, they only get 2% of divorce? It's because the women there don't have the same rights as other countries. They are oppressed. They are controlled. So they don't have a voice. And they're also manipulated into thinking that your only value is if you're somebody's wife. So if you see, look at, you literally just put the comment I was going to say. Guess what a lot of people will do to a woman just to subjugate her? They will try and tell her that because you're not married, you are of no value in society. And look at the comment you just put, Mr. S. Are you married? That's exactly why a lot of African women end up getting brainwashed and end up being pick-me's, because you guys have a tendency of controlling them and trying to make them feel like they're nothing unless they're underneath a husband. That ex was chatting shit about you tonight. I did get on the live and I was gonna actually debate him on the issue, but do you know what he did? He started insulting my kids. And he know I don't play about my kids. So I started telling him the truth about who he is. He was lying, saying, oh, I pay mortgage. I was like, bitch, you don't pay no mortgage. You get roses on TikTok. You fall asleep on TikTok. Your wife is the one who goes to work. But you are telling men to be leaders because of the money they bring home, yet you don't actually go to work as a man. So which leadership are you doing? And then, do you know the saddest thing? His daughter walked in on the live and she was crying. She's tiny. She's like 4 years old. She was crying. And X did not stop the live, pause it, or say to the people who are watching, guys, oh, just wait for me for 5 minutes. I'm coming back. Let me go and soothe my daughter.
His priorities are wrong.
Sorry, his priorities are
his
so wrong.
priorities
Yeah,
are wrong, because if your baby is crying, you
yeah,
can stop everything. Everything must freeze. The whole world must stop, and you
everything.
attend to your own child.
Your
If he
child.
can't put his priorities right, he ain't no good man. What I wanted to say is that, like, especially for Miss S, who says that he's got 5 women, what if I'm in a marriage and I don't want to have babies? If I'm in Africa, I'm not allowed to do that. I can't say that I don't want to have babies, because it's, I married you. You're supposed to make babies. So things like that, if we're in Africa, we're so oppressed by
Oppressed.
our husbands and our in-laws. So we always in fear. Let's not lie to each other. We're always in fear. And you see, when we get out of Africa or wherever that we are, and we come into these places where we are able to flourish, to say, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to do this, I'm not going to be a baby machine. Our
Okay, nigger,
in-laws, they don't
enough.
like
Why is it
it.
always the ugly ones?
See, these are the men people want people to submit
Why
to.
is it always the
The
ugly ones?
rudeness, the rudeness.
You're
He's
ugly.
only been here 2 seconds.
You're
In 2
Yeah.
seconds, and he's insulting,
you're
disrespecting. There is no place for any type of leadership.
goblin,
He's showing that he's a follower.
goblin,
He's showing that he has no
goblin,
education. He's showing that he has
goblin,
no mental
goblin,
capacity to have a conversation.
goblin,
The fact that
goblin.
you keep
You're
on
fat
stopping, the
Right.
fact
fat
that you keep on pausing, it
goblin,
means that
Yeah.
you can't have a
Yeah.
proper
Yeah.
conversation.
fat,
It
Yeah.
means that
fat,
your brain is so small
fat,
that you can't
fat,
And he
do
wants to be
anything
a
with
leader.
anybody.
fat,
Let me let him
fat,
talk. Let me let him talk, because
fat,
this is recorded.
nigger,
Blast him out on social media. Go
fat,
on.
fat, ugly ones, ugly ones. Why is it always the ugly ones?
He's
That's it.
good.
That is the level of knowledge that women are submitting to. Hi, C. Good evening. That is the level of knowledge that women are expected to submit to. Stupidity.
I think, at least as women, we need to choose what we want. We need to be able to know what we want. And I feel that sometimes as women, we're so lost, because we think that having a husband, we've achieved something. And with our young children, I tell my daughter now, I say to her, you need to be the man. You need to go out there and make your money. No man is going to come and put flowers on your table. It was Valentine. I said, you Valentine yourself, because you don't need anybody to fulfill you. You are you. You need to be able to say, I'm content. If a man is going to come in your life, well, maybe it will be, that's just something that is added. But her life shouldn't be like, I need to get a husband. Her life should be, I need to go to work. I need to be able to sustain myself. I need to go to school and things like that. And which is some things that some people in Africa, I'm sorry if anyone is in Africa is offended, but I feel that some people, some families, they fail to understand that we need to raise our daughters to be able to look after themselves and not fall under what our parents went through. It's 2026. Marriage is not an achievement.
I know.
And submitting to anybody is not an achievement. You're just becoming a slave of somebody because he's putting food on your plate. If you are able to work to put food on the plate, you don't need to submit. And
Absolutely.
I think, Cha, the reason why men today, some of them, they're so bitter is because the fact that women are now coming out, standing up, saying as it is, telling them that we don't need you, we can do on our own. And men don't like it.
Can I ask a question?
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. I'm not being rude when I say this, but you both sound very angry, very bitter, and I think
Angry about what?
and I think part of it is because, like the lady who was speaking then, she's basically saying she's going to tell her daughter to act like a man, and that will make her daughter as unhappy as she is.
No, no, no. you are projecting exactly what you think you are feeling
Yeah,
from what you're hearing from the words. You are projecting how her words are making you feel.
You just sound
exactly.
lonely. You sound
Because
lonely,
because
bitter.
she is allowed to speak her mind the way that she wants. How it affects you, that's completely up to you. I don't hear bitterness or angry or whatever.
I hear
I
she's
just hear a
unhappy.
woman who's passionate about whatever.
Uh,
You are feeling it the way you are doing because that's
yeah.
how you feel
So
inside.
do you think you guys sound happy?
I'm happy. Oh,
Josh,
bitch,
to
I'm
be
happy.
honest with you,
Bitch,
Josh,
I'm
can
happy.
I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I'll
You have
tell
no
you one
idea.
good
You
thing.
have no idea. Listen, you have no idea the amount of happiness a woman gets into when she doesn't have to deal with bullshit and being told what to do.
I think you
By
guys would.
people who can't even wipe their asses properly and have streak marks on their boxers.
I think you guys would do
Baby,
anything for a good man. Anything.
Josh,
no,
Josh, let me
no,
tell you one thing. I think you
Josh.
need to
A
know
good man
something.
is definitely not you.
I'm
A good
somebody.
man would
I've
not
got
speak about women the way that you are. And
Josh.
I'm not speaking about all women.
good men get women. Good men get women. Good men, they get celebrated by women.
And what's a
We
good man?
speak, we speak, we speak health of a good man.
But what's a good man?
We've had a few good examples of good men come up onto this panel, and they
A,
speak life into everybody,
a good
not
man to
just
you guys is a weak man.
draining. No, not just draining energy out of other people and being nasty and rude. No. What do you think of the guy who was below you, who was calling the N-word
Oh,
and
he's an
saying
idiot.
ugly? Okay, but this is the example that you guys are setting. But did you hear any of us saying that he's bitter? And
That
blah
he's
blah blah.
well, he was clearly
Well,
bitter.
and then he was racist as well. But we don't care. That's how he feels. Let him carry on. That's why I said let him carry on talking.
Yeah, I mean, you should let him carry on because he
Right.
outed how stupid he
And
was.
why don't you let us carry on too?
Say that again.
Josh, I'll be honest with you. I am a very happy married woman, and I want my daughter
Your husband's
to
not though.
marry. I want my daughter to be in a marriage like the one that I've got. Why? And
Okay.
I don't want her to marry a loser. Is there anything wrong about that?
No,
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Exactly.
And
That's not what I'm
single
saying,
time-
though, guys.
And every single time on this platform, I'm educating women on what is a good man and that they should go for good men, not men with red flags like the ones you're displaying. Men who speak
Exactly.
life into people. Men who are healthy and they're mindful and they're emotionally intelligent. Not
But you're
men
saying
who
something
just
I
want
didn't
to
say.
control people. No.
This is not what I said.
Confident.
You came up and you're saying you sound so bitter. You know,
do.
all of the insults. For what reason, Josh?
I'm not
Are you
trying to
doing
insult you.
anything?
I told you that I'm not
No,
insulting. I'm just
you are
stating a
not.
fact.
No, you are not stating facts. Because
I
a
am.
fact is
You
you
don't
would
sound
ask.
happy. You sound
No,
very
you would
angry.
ask.
No. It's
You
the
ask,
confidence,
Shasha,
Josh.
are you angry? Shasha, are you bitter? Shasha, did someone hurt you? And then I give you the answers. You don't make assumptions.
Well, I'm making assumptions off your actions and how you sound.
Oh, baby.
Just like you are with me. You're making assumptions about me, right?
I
you
am
are.
not making
Josh,
assumptions.
You're saying I
listen,
got red
Josh,
flags?
Reflecting
listen.
them back to you.
Josh, do you
Reflecting
know
your
what
own
it
words
is?
back to you.
Josh, it's the confidence that men at times do not like and think that they are being overpowered. It's just the confidence. For me, it's the confidence. I'm not bitter. I love my life. I love my husband. I love my kids. But I am not going to see my children making a mistake that I know I can
Do
tell
you
them.
submit to your husband?
I don't.
Right. So you might be very happy in your relationship, but your husband will not be.
Josh,
No, he is
what would she
happy.
be submitting
You have
to?
made the
Josh,
mistake and you don't want. You
Mr.
have
T,
made the
Mr. T,
mistake, but
please just wait.
Hello,
Mr.
Shah.
T, Mr.
Shah.
T, good evening, Table. Good evening. How are
Shah.
you?
How are you?
I can hear you.
Mr.
I'm very
Shah,
well, thank you.
maximum confidence. That's what I am. I am confident.
Nice to see you
Let's
again.
ask Josh a simple
I
question.
won't talk much today. I thank you for
Table,
having me.
hold on, Table, hold on.
I know.
I'll
Josh,
put myself.
if you expect women to submit, what exactly are they submitting to?
No, I don't expect all women to submit to all men. I expect a married woman to submit to her husband, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. In that marriage, what is she submitting to?
submitting to his choices because women get emotional and reckless like you.
I almost vomited right in my throat.
But you don't
To
even let me
his
answer the
choices.
question. You don't even let
But
me.
you
You
just
ask
gave
me a
me an
question
answer.
and
You
don't let
said
me answer it.
she's submitting to his choices. Do you hear how selfish that is?
But you cut me
What
off
about
halfway
her?
through.
What about her choices?
The fact you're not letting me speak, how would your
What
husband feel?
about her choices?
I can see what it'd be like in a relationship with you, the way you don't even let me speak. How would a
What about
husband
her
feel?
choices?
This
I
is
don't
why
want to
you're
be in a
single.
relationship with you, Josh. You have certain red flags that are just dangerous
Well,
for
this
women.
is why you're single,
People
because you
like
don't let people speak.
people like you should not have girlfriends. You should not have access to women because you're dangerous to society.
I think women
What,
like you have
is she,
destroyed society.
what else is she
Josh,
submitting
just
to?
calm yourself down.
Please, can we speak? Please, can I say something, please? Good evening, everyone.
Wait, Joyce has got an answer to
Yeah,
give. What else is she
little boy.
submitting to?
Why ask me a
That little
question if
boy
you're not
needs
going to let me answer it?
Calm
You did
yourself.
answer. You gave me one reason
Now
what
you
she's
cut me
answering
off.
to,
You
and it
cut
was
me off
absolutely
halfway through.
selfish because it was selfish.
You're
Talking
proving why
about
no
a
man
man
would want to marry
benefiting.
you. You're proving why no man would want to marry
You're
you.
talking
I wouldn't
about a
marry
man
her.
benefiting, but not the
You
relationship
couldn't marry.
benefiting.
You couldn't marry a black girl, you know, because you say that things like that, but just know, you know,
What?
you're
I couldn't
stupid.
marry a black girl.
No, you couldn't handle a black woman.
He couldn't. He couldn't.
What makes you say that? My mum's black.
Because
What
black women
would
are
make me
I
say
strong.
that?
don't care your mom's black.
Wow,
Anyway,
your
black
mom
is
is
black.
black.
I
Thank
don't give a
God.
fuck where the black you get from, the nigga. Just mind your fucking business and
This
stay.
is why so many black men date outside
Shut
their
the
race,
fuck up,
because you guys are
man.
crazy.
Your mom is
There you go.
crazy.
There's the insult. Did you hear it, Jill? You
Yeah, I
guys are
just had
crazy.
it.
You've insulted me. You
You
say
guys
I've
are
got red
crazy.
flags.
The
Let me
insult.
tell you one thing
Just come out
about.
there, you know. We catch you.
Let me tell you one thing about
Turbo's
our
here.
kings. Our kings,
Shut
they
up,
have
bro.
got whoever they want to marry. You are allowed to marry who you want. I did not marry from my race. You
Hey, Shaw,
understand?
I'm here now. The king is here now, you know. So sorry, Mama,
Exactly.
whoever's
There are
speaking.
kings that
This
respect
man who was
us.
speaking, he knows nothing about us kings of Africa. Why are you talking?
Josh
Who
said she
just said
submits to his choices. It's all self-centered to serve
The
the man
people I went
rather
to
than the
school,
relationship.
even in boarding school in Zimbabwe, I went to Nzani, Victoria High later on in life, but before I went to Kyle Prep, and there were white students there. White boys, my friends. Even a white man can be called Kuda, you know. What's
and
this guy
the white
talking about?
boys, they like
He
black
doesn't
girls.
understand. Yeah, because can be called Kuda because he lives in Zimbabwe. His family maybe named him that, you know.
Yeah, Shona says marriage should not be about control and submission. It's
We
about
can play
love.
rugby together. Even Kuda or Chris, maybe his name
So
be Chris or
listen,
something. But the
listen,
school just
Josh.
name him Kuda.
Josh, the reason that you gave me,
Joshua or something.
do you hear how much selfishness and self-centeredness is in your reason that you gave about she gives into
We
his
have
choices?
Pakistanis in
The
Zimbabwe.
relationship is not just about the man.
Do you want me to answer it, or
The relationship is not just about the man. This is
I
what
didn't
you
say
don't
it was.
understand. No, but if you say she is giving into his choices, what about her choices?
Well, I'll explain. If you're asking me a question, I'll explain.
Explain,
Tell
please.
me then.
Okay, before you cut me off, let me finish a sentence. Women, not all women, but a lot of women, more women so than men, make terrible decisions. They're emotional, they're reckless, they're angry, and they need a man to put them on the right track. And because if they don't have a man, they end up like you, very masculine and angry women.
Josh, can I ask you a question? How many men are unhinged to the point that the prisons are so full?
Absolutely, millions.
So, but you said it was women,
No,
but
I
it's
didn't.
actually men who make
I
terrible
didn't say all
decisions.
women. I even
But
said
it's actually
not
men
all
who
women.
make terrible decisions because you guys can't control your emotions and you don't count anger as an emotion. How many people are raped daily in our
Because
society?
these men was raised by single mothers. That's why.
Men who are absolutely unhinged and make terrible
Yes,
decisions.
of course.
But then now you are going to blame the mom. What about the dad? What did the dad play since they are such leaders?
Exactly.
Well, the men in
They are
prison,
such leaders. The child was made by a mother and a father. What role did the father play to educate his
I'll
son
answer.
to
Do
be
you
a
want me
good
to?
man? Okay,
Okay,
tell me,
well-
what role did daddy play?
Okay, that's what
Since you're
most.
blaming the mom.
Okay, most men in jail was raised by single mothers.
And what
That's a
about the
Okay.
fact. There's been
what about
plenty
the
of
dads?
studies done on this.
What about the
Most
dads?
most
Where
men
are the
in
dads?
prison are raised by single mothers.
What about the
Okay.
dads? Where are the
The dads are not in the child's life because they cannot handle
Because
the mother.
no, it's
The
Where
mother
because
did
they
is
you
can't
get
reckless.
handle
that
fatherhood.
statistic, if I may ask? Where
Because
did you
they
get
can't
those
handle
statistics, and
fatherhood.
where did you get the numbers?
Google it.
They can't
Google.
Where
handle
did you
Google
get
fatherhood.
the
it.
statistics?
Me and
Did
my
you know
partner are
most rapists are
separated,
raised by
and
single
and
mothers?
he is still in the children's lives.
Do you know?
Even though we don't get on, he's still in the
What do you
children's
mean?
lives,
What do you
and he
mean?
still
Most rapists
educates
are
the
raised by
sons
single
on
mothers.
what it is to be
What
a
do you
good
mean to
man.
the
Why
mother?
isn't he with you?
So how can you blame the mother? Where's the father?
Why isn't
He
Why
didn't
isn't
play
your
his
ex-husband
part
with
to
you?
educate. He didn't play his part to educate his son on how to be a
But
good
why
man.
is your
And now the son
ex-husband
is
not with you?
unhinged. And now
There's
the
a
son has
thing
got
called
no respect
co-parent,
because you
Josh.
men don't educate each
Okay,
other.
why is
It's
your
the fault is
ex-husband
on the
not living
dads.
with you?
My children are
Why
raised
is your
by.
ex-husband not living with you?
Because I don't want him to live with
No,
me.
because he
Duh.
can't handle you. That's why.
No,
You're too.
actually,
You're
he's
too
on the
much.
live now. He's always on the
You're
live.
too
This
He
guy
much.
is
is an
always
idiot.
on the live stream and he supports everything I get into.
You're too
Duh.
much, man. No
He
man
is
would want to
always
deal
on
with
the
you, man.
live
Imagine
stream.
waking up in the
Josh,
morning and having to
if
speak
I'm
to
too
you.
much, guess what? I'm gonna get
Josh,
even
are you
louder.
scared
Go
of
and cry about
women?
it.
Are you scared of women
Scared
who
of
are
women.
His ego
confident?
is this small, that's
Bro,
why.
that's
Imagine
such
waking
fucked
up and
up,
having
innit?
to deal.
Anyway, we've had enough of Josh and his small willy.
Is
Who's
Guys, I'll
next?
is
go. If
it
you don't.
scared of confident women?
Yeah, please, can I say
Who's
something?
next?
Good
Son
evening,
of
everyone.
man, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing?
Let's
Very
speak to
well, thank you.
women. Let's understand.
Yeah,
the
thank
men.
you so much. Yeah, the environment is looking it's sounding somehow. This is supposed to be an educating program. Not challenging. Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah,
It
you
is
see,
Lent. It is
I
Lent,
believe.
and God bless you.
Yeah, I believe so much, and I'm a man. I've been married for 20 something years. Yeah, now I'm in the state. Yeah, I'm in Texas. Yeah, most of our men, we are getting it wrong.
Mhm.
When ladies complain, let's listen. Let's have a nice conversation and know what they are complaining about. To my own opinion, women are not demanding much. The only thing they are demanding is just treat me good. Just treat me good. Acknowledge me as a human being. Treat me fine as a human being. I think that's all the women are asking for. Then when
Yeah.
you come to that's all. There's nothing else. Yeah, sometimes I get pissed off when my genders are talking about captain, leading. What do you mean by captain? Do you know what I mean? This is something that if you are a man and you have a home, everybody in your family is supposed to be carried along. Whenever you start doing like a competition, which means you have
Where are you from? Where are you from, son of man?
I'm a Nigerian.
Ah, Niger man. Okay.
Yeah, but I live in Texas. Yeah.
Which tribe? Which
yeah,
tribe?
I'm Igbo.
Oh wait.
Igbo. You are very strong. That makes sense. I will listen
Yeah.
to you because
Yeah,
Igbo is a strong tribe.
Yeah,
I don't listen to like Tree or people like this, like Yoruba. Sometimes.
Yeah. So it's always good we listen to the women. I know what they're asking for. Do you get what I mean? I have daughters. Both of them they will soon graduate from the university. So I want to have good and reasonable son-in-laws. I don't want to hear people shouting submit. Let me say this.
No,
When we are talking about this submit,
Table, wait, mute yourself.
Yeah, submit is only one place in the Bible. Then when you read down the Bible, you see where Bible say husband and wife submit to each other. Because this word submit can only be found only one place in the Bible. And when you read it down at the end of the day, it says husband and wife submit to each other. So this submit doesn't mean control. Submit doesn't mean enslavement. Yeah, women are asking, just treat me good. And my sister, there was one of your posts. You say all the Nigerian men. My sister, no, we still have good Nigerian men.
I know you do. It's a generalization. It happens in society because I'm not gonna go into finding the percentages. Do you know what I mean? But what I'm talking about is the ones, especially that are here in the UK. We are suffering. The women are suffering. People are suffering because of the fraud and all of the fakeness and all of the baby mamas and all of the lying. I mean, the percentage is really high. when you look at how many of the good ones there is, it's really high.
Yeah,
Even the ones
yeah,
who are really rich, who live in like some of the mansions with horses in their backyard, they still have like 3, 4 baby mamas outside of their house.
yeah. I know. Yes, it happens. Yeah, but not all of us are that bad. Yeah. So we do. And you know one thing with the bad people? Bad people, they're always on the move. They dominate they dominate the news. Do you get what I mean? They are popular.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. So all the gentlemen listen to me this evening. They should have, when the ladies complain, the women are not demanding much. Just treat me well. And I so much believe that what you don't want others to do to you, don't do it to others.
Mhm.
What you can take, don't give. That you know that I've been married for 20 something years now. What you can't give, what you can take, don't give. That's what I'm saying. What you can take, don't give. The only thing women just ask, just treat us good. That is all. Treat a woman good. Let me tell you this: when we are talking about providing, most ladies they are working, they are making their own money. Do you get what I mean? If they can provide for themselves. So what next are you offering? The only thing you're supposed to offer them is that good character. Acknowledge you as a human being. Treat your woman good. Do you get what I mean? These things are all the things that ladies are asking for. Women, as a man, it's a high time we reason well. Do you get what I mean? We reason well and take it easy. I'm not giving you my daughter to be treated as a slave. Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
And me as a man have to treat my wife good. How I want people to treat my daughters. Do you get what I mean? So it's always good you put yourself in the shoe. Women are human beings before they become woman. We are human beings, the same blood flows. So why giving that thing you can't take? Hey, some of us they don't want you to cheat on them. Like I'm a man. I can't forgive my wife if you cheat on me. All these men saying, oh man, do you know what I mean? They can't forgive. And you want a woman to forgive. Why? Because you are a man? Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't make sense. Let's be honest, let's tell ourselves the truth. So it doesn't make sense. So treat your woman good, and that is what God wants you to do. Treat your woman good. Love her, treat her good. Treat her how you want to be treated. Seek her opinion. The issue that most of the ladies are smarter than us men.
Cap.
Most ladies are smarter than many of us. Let me tell you the truth.
True.
During my days in high school, from first to 10th position, we only 3 guys that drag with ladies. From first to 10th, the other 7 are ladies. Then only 3 of us challenge you with 3 ladies. So that will tell you they are smart. So if you are a guy, you are not smart, God bless you with a smart woman. Are you going to suppress her? There shouldn't be a competition. In my house, I want everybody to contribute. Even my little boys. Oh, daddy, see my girls, I ask them some questions. Do you get what I mean? This is something that everybody should contribute. That's how family can move forward. But
Host, will you allow any challenge to the guy?
As a man, when you want to dominate, you can't get the best. That's dominating. Your house shouldn't be like a prison yard. Do you get what I mean? It's be a place where the opinion matters, and when God give you a good woman, cherish her. Seek her opinion. That doesn't make you a lesser man. That doesn't make you a lesser human being. So, host, thank you so much. Please, once again, we still have some good Nigerian men. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I like the way that you said with your daughters are in university, when they grow up and they're marrying, you don't want them to be marrying somebody who's going to enslave them. We heard it from Josh. Submission is follow my choice. What about her choice? She's been to university. She's educated. She's got work. She has got dreams, aspirations, goals. What about her things that she wants to achieve in life? Are they not important? Is just the man important in the relationship? So why are we in the relationship then if it's all about you, never about us?
That is selfishness from the man. Yeah, that is selfishness from the man. And it can work. It can work. It can work. I trust the ladies of this generation. I trust that enough is enough. Do you get what I mean? Most of our ancestors, like in Africa, most of our grandmothers, they go through a lot. Do you get what I mean? Many of them, they are not happy. Do you get what I mean? They're enduring a lot because of children, and many of them, they are not financial buoyant. When they leave the marriage, they can't survive. All those things. Do you get what I mean? But these days, the ladies are educated. They can survive. So what I'm saying is that any man, if you want to marry, treat your woman good. No, treat her as a human being. Do you get what I mean? Treat her as a human being. Know what she's saying. Like what you were talking earlier. Yeah, when I came and listening to you, you are making valid point. But men, they always, some of my gender, we always, fight like a competition. Do you get what I mean? They start attacking. This not attacking.
They
I was
take offense over
Yeah, take
nothing.
offense. So I'm expecting any matured man when the ladies are complaining. Hey, come, what are you saying? What's the problem? We hear you out. Do you get what I mean? Then from there, we have the discussion. How do we solve the problem? These are what they are complaining. How do we do this? How do we? From there, that's the only way we can get solution to all this problem, because as we are talking, people are learning. So that's the way. But when we start talk and talk and talk, no, a woman say, don't want you to cheat. You are telling her that she must accept cheating. That doesn't make sense. She's a human being. She's a human being. That is her body. When you get disease and give her disease, she will be the one to suffer it. So she have access to have, she have she's a human being. She has some decisions to make. She's not a wood. She's not a block. She's a human being like you. So let's have this in our mind. I think that will help us to get a long way. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Who's next? See?
Hi, I'm just about to have a takeaway, just an FYI. So I'll say a bit now, but I'll say a lot more about it later. I'll say what I said the other night. Us men are not leaders, and we continue to prove every reason why we cannot lead. We struggle with accountability. We struggle with empathy, and those are two essential traits to being a good leader, and that starts with our childhood. That we Additionally, we don't prioritize women and femme-presenting voices enough, and it's utterly disgusting to see these guys act the way they do, because it just proves every man is part of the problem. Every single one of us men are misogynistic, and that's something every single man needs to deconstruct, is his own misogyny. You're being called names, you're being belittled, you're being interrupted. Fellas, interrupting women is a form of misogyny. So if you don't think you're misogynistic, no, every man is. Every man upholds the patriarchy. Every single one of us men do. And again, fellas, you don't see you're part of the problem, you are the problem. Every single one of us men are, and we have to be. Every single one of us men need to do better. We belittle women, we put women down, and that starts during childhood. And to the one asking if I'm straight, I actually am straight. And the fact you have to insinuate that I'm not, what difference would it make? The fact that you want to insinuate that I'm part of the LGBTQIA plus, do better. Like those people are perfectly valid just the way they are. Please, I don't care who you are as a man, frickin' do better, because the only thing us men have built in this world are systems to oppress, systems to ostracize, and systems to segregate. I'm so sick and tired of us men acting like complete and utter fools because we get in our feelings. Oh, we're the logical ones. Show me the logic in us men crashing out, belittling women. Do better, fellas. Like we cry misandry when women treat us wrong, when misandry does not even exist. And that's been proven by Psychology of Women, November 2023. We call women single. Quite frankly, women are happier single, and that's been backed up by Paul Dolan, London School of Economics, February 2023 study. I'm so sick and tired of us men acting like complete and utter fools because we can't have our way. Anyways, I'm about to go have takeaway, but I'll be here.
Fabulous. Thank you. There is actually studies being done that show that women who are married are more unhappy than women who are single, and their lifespan, well, for women who are married, is shortened, and men who are married are happier and they live longer, but the women, their lifespan is shortened by far compared to the single women. Single women live longer. So if you think that you are insulting a woman by saying, yeah, that's why you're single, honey, not all of us are pick-me's. For me, having somebody snoring next to me and drawing their mucus and going grr, grr, it doesn't bring me joy. Do you know what I mean? Thank you so much for the gift. Thank you guys for the gift. It doesn't bring me joy. For me, having somebody walking around scratching their balls and all that stuff, it doesn't bring me joy. Okay? And Fahatik, the only interesting thing that I might be interested in is cloth. But sometimes if you don't have the emotional intelligence to actually hold a conversation, a deep conversation, You're not even on par. You're not even on the list of men that we could look at and go, listen, I'm so single, I might go with that. No. And being single is peaceful, ladies. It's peaceful in single lifehood because you don't have to pick up no motherfucking phone and check it to see who he been texting and who he been cheating on you with. You don't have to be lied to. You don't have to be threatened. You don't have to wake up with appendages inside your body that you haven't accepted yet. A lot of married women are reporting that they wake up with white stuff, sperm, in their hair or on their body because their man has been using them whilst they're sleeping. It's sexual assault. You don't have to deal with nobody telling you what to do and making you feel like you are not important unless you find an intelligent man, an emotionally intelligent man, unless you find a man with good character, a man who has self-respect and can respect other people, a man who has charisma to the point that he knows he can have self-introspect, he doesn't abuse it and make other people feel small in the room, a man who can communicate. Then listen, these are the dusties, like our Joshua's here before, leave them. They're not worth it. They will drain you. They'll make you cry. They will take away your lifespan, your soul. They will drain you until you're having alopecia, losing hair. Who's next? Lou, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, good evening. Just wanted to say thank you for these lives because you're actually teaching a lot of people, even though a lot of them are not listening. And I wanted to say that I agree with the prompt. Leadership is gender neutral. There's going to be times in a relationship where the woman takes lead, and there's going to be times in the relationship where the man takes lead. At no point it's going to be one or the other. These are just things that exist. And personally, I don't have much to say because Son of Man, and I was listening yesterday, C said a lot of my points. But I will say that as a race, we was at our most successful when we uplifted our women, treated them as equals. We don't like to treat our women as human, and that's why we are in the position that we're in today, because we're competing with them when we should be working together. That's all I really have to say because, like I said, the panel has made a lot of great points. Some of the people from yesterday, some of the ladies, they also made very, very, very good points. And I think you guys should just listen to them and try to understand instead of listening to respond. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lou. And you know what's amazing is that the world is changing consistently. It's evolving. The more we want to hold on to things of the past, was that half of the population is consisting of females, right? And if females are complaining and saying this is not working, that means half of the population is at some point is going to shut down. And it's happening in Korea. There's the 4B movement where the ladies are refusing to get married and have children. And the birth rates have gone down, and a lot of guys are finding themselves to be single because the ladies are saying, if you're not going to listen to us and you keep my gender in danger, why should I give birth to any more of you guys? Do you know what I mean? So the more we hold on to the things of the past, the more you're going to suffer yourself. You're causing problems for yourself. You need to move with the times and move with society and where it's going. Do some research and find out what is happening in actual society, not just the little community that you get with your little church or the place you come from. There's a bigger picture happening. There's a bigger movement. And I always say this to my African brothers. If you were such good leaders, why have you not taken Africa from being called one of the poorest continents to being called one of the richest? Because Africa has got all of the natural resources and it's got healthy food, organic food for cheap and sometimes for free in the forests. But the whole Western world still calls us the poor ones. But we are the ones who supplies most of the world with food. But why have you guys not stood up and said, listen, we are kings, we are strong, we can take over, and we can actually present our nation, Africa, to be number one, to be the best, to show the world how things are done. You are busy concentrating on how to control women rather than concentrating on how to improve Africa and have more commerce and be actual leaders and have success. But you're busy controlling women. you are losing out and you are showing yourselves to be weak. And this is probably some of the reasons why we were able to be dominated by other countries and be taken over the way that we were done. Because the weakness is, oh, I want to control a woman. I want to control a coochie. I want to talk down to a woman. Where do you take your loud voice and your strength and all of these leadership qualities that you claim to have and actually do something in society that helps the community you come from? Let me go to Nigeria, the country itself. How much poverty is there? A lot of guys will come and shout about, I want to be a leader, I want to be a leader. Meanwhile, they don't even have a pot to piss in. They say when I get married, oh, me with my wife, I am the control, I am the leader. But they're walking around barefoot. Your children are not dressed properly. Your children don't have money to go to school and all of this. But you are saying, I want to be a leader. I am a leader on account of being a man. Where did you learn the qualities to be a leader? Do something for your society, for your community,
can I say
not
something?
just talk down to women and put
Can I
women
say
down.
something, Shah, in terms of qualities of being a leader? I know what you just mentioned about being like women and stuff like that. Like, you see my partner, she is quality of showing of being a leader because she will cook, clean. She will ask me, oh, help me to clean whatever I need to do, whatever. But she will cook, clean. She will teach her children what they need to learn, like phonics, these things, you know. It's quite funny. This morning she said to me, oh, I'm teaching phonics. I was like, what's phonics, by the way? She's like, oh, numbers. And I was like, okay. Jokes aside, what you're saying is very real because African women and African men, we need to learn to uplift each other in terms of teaching the children what they need to learn. I will touch on one thing before you may think that I'm lost, is that like my father, I think I mentioned this on the last chat when I was here before, that my father will go in the kitchen and cook when I was young. I'm in Zimbabwe. In Zimbabwe, growing up, he was a strong African man who's adamant about sometimes about the wrong things, but he would and used to go in the kitchen and cook sometimes, you know. I have memories of him cooking food, you know, because mama was maybe giving birth to somebody else, something like this, you know. So what we have to understand is that like we have to only support one another first, and for this we can then raise Africa. You know, Africa, we feel like, oh, the woman should cook and things like this. Yes, that is your position because that is what your mothers teach you. My grandmother died, I told you, at 106 years old. She taught the girls, Kuti, and they waskana, she used to say, and they waskana munobiga, because women, they need their strength to herd the cows, to do different things, you know. Just depends on what you're doing, you know. For me, when I go to the rural areas and I'm looking after the cows, I'm using my physical strength like I'm gonna use tomorrow. I'm gonna work hard tomorrow, yes? My missus doesn't work. She's gonna be looking after my two boys. She's gonna take the first one to nursery. She's gonna bring him to nursery from 8 o'clock until 1 o'clock. The other one, who is 6 months old, she's gonna be looking after him. I do not expect her to do anything more than that. If she will then clean the house or something like that, that is just mess that we shouldn't have made. This is where I see it. So we have to and do you know what my missus tells me? Sometimes when I made mess, I just say, "Oh, mom, mommy, I'm so tired," you know. And she said to me, "Just go to work. Don't worry, I'll take care of it." You know, This is because she's 24 years old, 25, but that is not because that is something that she knows. It's something that she learned from her parents, a Zimbabwean parent. Her mother would teaches her these things, you know. We
Tebo,
clean, we cook, we do these
Tebo,
things, and I
let's
don't
get somebody
expect.
else as well to talk, yeah?
Yeah, so sorry, Zwen.
Do you mind if I chime in? I have been waiting patiently.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
trying to say, like, women don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to be like a woman who cleans and cooks, but you know, sometimes I don't know.
Let's get the next guy. Well, what's your
Let's
name?
get the next
Amma, good
person.
evening.
Hi. Yeah, thanks for having me on. I just wanted to mention that I think some really good points have been made by yourself, by Son of Man. So kudos to you for that. I'll give credit for that. However, I do have some points of contention, and I was listening very carefully. I wasn't just listening to respond. I was listening carefully. So I actually made some notes, right? And I noticed that when it was suggested that males struggle with empathy, that all men are misogynistic, that Nigerian males have a lot of partners, that every man upholds a patriarchy, that men build systems to oppress and ostracize, and men get in their feelings, you seem to agree with those sentiments, which, you know, you're free to agree with them if you wish, but those are generalizations against males. So the point I wanted to raise or ask or put to the people listening is, I feel that males and females have somewhat different psychology. Our minds kind of function differently. Males have more of a competitiveness and ego. And in the same way that you had those generalizations that you feel are true for men, I think that one of the generalizations that is true for women is that they like comfortable lies more than uncomfortable truths. So I wanted to know what you think about that.
What I think about women liking comfortable lives more than uncomfortable. What? Truths. Did you say
Truths, yes.
uncomfortable truths?
Yes.
Me and you and Truth.
Hold on, Table, wait. So you want me to do what? To give you my response on something you think about that you have come up with?
No,
That
no,
I
because my challenge to you is that
right.
because it's like, because I think that women tend to like comfortable lies more than uncomfortable truths, you are okay with generalizations against males because they support your female ego, right? The same way that men like competitiveness and being worshipped because it supports their male ego. We have different psychology, right? Part of women's psychology is that they like to be told, they like to be charmed, they like to be told comfortable lies. So I wanted to see if you would accept that framing. That, do you believe that women?
I don't believe in that. You could have
Okay.
just asked me if I believe that. I don't believe in that.
Because I noticed that when Son of Man was speaking, you seem to be really like enjoying it and getting into it and kind of like thinking like, yeah.
Because
It's like
I
you are
believe on what he's talking about. That's
right,
why.
right. So
I would like to buttress that.
hold on, Turbo. So what generalizations are true when it comes to women?
I don't know. You tell me the generalizations that you want to be true. I don't know.
I can help the
Okay.
brother. I can
So
come in and help the brother.
notice how
Hold on.
notice how you are very amenable to generalizations that make you feel good about being a woman, but when you have to self introspect to think what are the generalizations true about women, you can't think about anything. Do you get it?
Well, you tell me then. What is it,
I
like?
think
What's
that's
your problem? Tell me.
yeah.
If I agree with any of the generalizations you come up with, I will agree. If I have
Okay.
seen them to be true in society, if I haven't seen them to be true, then I'll be like, no. Just
Great.
tell me the generalizations you want to bring out that you think are true.
Perfect. I'm glad we got to that point. So, right. So
Yeah,
I feel that.
Brother.
Wait,
So,
Turbo. Let me make my
sorry.
point. Hold on. You did speak, bro. I didn't
No,
interrupt.
sorry.
Wait. Turbo. Let me speak, bro. We let you speak. Okay. So that's why I want to get to my list of some generalizations. Females are not as good at problem solving in terms of the kinds of problem solving that is used to build systems, to fix complex engineering problems. Females are
That's
more
a lie because we have
Okay,
females who are actually studying engineering and women who are into engineering. So that's a lie. So it's
yes,
you know.
but heavily it skews towards males, right?
I don't know that.
Okay,
I
well,
don't know
we
that.
look
If
at
you
Thing is
know
that
that,
are we
then give us
given the
the
chance?
statistics.
Even if we
okay, the
learn
statistics
in
show that
engineering, Are we
Yeah.
given the chance? Are we given the chance? Because remember, we're working with men here who feels that they are men
You
in the
see,
masculine, and we have to fight with the men whilst we're in the industry there for us to go even on top of
you
them.
see, this is what I'm saying. So the problem is
You've been
that
having a
you
chance for
don't
50
With the
years.
hold on, let me
men.
finish. Let
The
me finish. Let me
problems
finish. Let me
is
finish.
with
You've
the
interrupted
men.
me. I didn't finish making my point. You don't want to accept the differences about females that make them appear to be not as good at something. But there
Darling,
are
if
differences like that.
you believe in it, well done. Congratulations, you have a belief. I don't believe in it because I have not seen
Catherine
it.
Nancy want to be
Okay.
Catherine Nancy said, please bring me up.
So those differences are one of the reasons for the kinds of male behavior that we see. You know how males are, we like to be in our ego, we like to be treated like, oh, you're the boss, you're the man. Some of those differences are differences in psychology. We think differently.
Can you cite
But
your
let me
source?
finish. Let me finish.
Can you cite
But
your source though?
Let me finish.
Doesn't have
Can
a
you cite
Let me
your
source. That's
finish.
why I
source?
Let me
said
finish.
to
I
you,
do have
these are
sources. Let me finish.
Okay.
Let
statistics,
me finish.
like where do
But
you get that information
some of
from?
those differences also are why we see different outcomes in society between males and females, because problem solving makes you more
Bring
likely
your
to earn money,
source. Bring
more
your
likely to
source that
solve
women
problems.
cannot problem solve as well
I
as
didn't say
men.
that they can't. Oh no, they can
Yes, you
problem solve,
did.
not as well
Yes,
as
you
men.
did. You're
No,
actually
I didn't
crazy.
hear that. I
You
didn't hear the
did.
calm down,
You
calm down. I
said
didn't hear
that
the
women
last part about
cannot
as well as
problem
men.
solve as well as men.
As
You
well as men.
said that
Yes, let me give you
verbatim.
some. Let
You
me give
said
you some
that
sources.
verbatim. You
Yes,
said that
sorry.
verbatim.
Yes, I didn't hear the end
You
of what you
said
said.
that
Okay,
verbatim.
calm
So
down.
bring the
You
source.
need
No,
to
don't tell me to
stop.
calm down.
Stop
Bring the
being
source.
emotional. Just calm
Bring the
down.
source. I'll
Let me
be
get you the
emotional if I
All right,
want to
source.
be
okay.
Let me
emotional.
get you the
Bring the
source.
source.
We don't do
Bring
Just
the
that.
calm down.
source. Bring the
Okay. Can you
source.
see how she's repeating
Catherine,
herself? She's
Bring the
making it erratic.
source.
Just
Bring the
let me get you the
Catherine, wait.
source.
sources. Okay, stop making
Catherine,
Okay.
yourself
wait.
so much silly. Let me get you the sources.
Bring the
Yes.
source.
We
Yes.
don't tell people to calm down and watch your emotions and all that. I will drop you
Okay.
really fast. I've been respecting you, letting you
That's fine.
talk, but if you get disrespectful to that level, I will drop you. The
Okay,
one thing
that
that
wasn't me
triggers me
being
the most,
disrespectful.
is bullying
How
women
is
on the
she
panel.
I'm
bullying the
not bullying
lady?
anybody.
I'm allowed to be
How is
emotional. I
that
Because
don't give
you
a
bullying?
shit.
always
She's
say
so
that we bring
shouting.
emotions. You
Am I?
Okay,
always say
let
Bring,
me get
women
you the
are
bring,
source.
emotional.
bring your source
Let me
that
get the
women
source.
cannot problem
I
solve.
didn't say they can't
Title of the
as
peer
well as
reviewed
men.
study.
Okay,
Yes, you did
let
say
me get
that.
it. Okay,
Yes, you
are you
did
gonna let me
say
get it, or
that.
should I just leave? Because you
Yes,
keep
you did
shouting
say
and
that.
repeating
Amma,
yourself.
you did say that. You did
Okay,
say
are you
that. You
gonna
said
let me
that
get the
women cannot
source?
problem solve as well as men. That's what you
Yes.
said.
Do you want me to get the source for it, or are you
Get
gonna
the
keep
Get
source
us
shouting?
the
now.
source,
Bring it
Amma.
now.
Okay, let me speak. Calm down, please. Let me
Forgive the
speak.
man.
I don't know who you're telling to calm
Forgive
down
the
because
man.
you're
Oh my
making
gosh.
Sorry.
wild accusations. So
Okay,
you
are you
need to
gonna let
say
me
it.
respond,
Can
or
I say
Are you going to bring the
something?
source or are you going to chat
okay?
shit?
You have to stop talking so I can respond.
Everybody be
Okay,
quiet.
Yeah,
bring
host.
the
Everybody
Don't
quiet.
be
source.
sad.
Everybody
Chat,
quiet. Everybody
chat,
quiet.
chat, chat.
Everybody
Baby,
quiet. No,
calm
no, no.
down.
Everybody quiet. Everybody quiet. Be quiet for a minute.
Can I
No,
participate?
no, I said be quiet for a minute. Be quiet for a minute. Peace in the house. A moment of silence. Okay? Listen. The other thing is, if you're gonna lie, then there's no point having the conversation or trying to having a debate. The one thing you asked me is, that you actually pointed it out that women are not good at problem solving as much as men are. Those were your words exactly. Catherine
Yes.
came up and asked you, can you cite your findings? I even asked you, like, where are the statistics? Because when you told me that, I said, I don't believe in that. And I said to you, where are the statistics? Because I have not seen it.
I can give statistics.
Great.
I can help with the
Hold on,
statistics.
hold on. I totally can allow me to
Again, you're
respond.
being disrespectful. Hold on.
Okay,
Are
allow.
you responding with a
Again.
source?
Oh my gosh.
Wait. Be quiet, guys. The other thing is, listen, I have been doing leadership courses for quite a while. I've been a manager in businesses that are quite big. I've trained managers, and I know for a fact that in today's society, a lot of companies will choose CVs from women who have been stay-at-home moms because they absolutely recognize that they are good at multitasking, problem solving, and being able to hold emotional balance for the whole team. So
Yes.
That
I
is
have
that
come to
that
your
that that
areas
is
and all
that
that.
is not a
Can
true
you
Wait, hold
shut
on,
up?
hold
statement.
on.
Now
I
I'm
have to
good
be
to
allowed to
shut up.
respond, please.
Amma,
Yeah.
So if you're gonna say something, then tell me where you got that information from, rather than sticking your hand in the finger and just blare it out sometimes
Yes.
untrue things, because I have
Yes.
seen it through my studies.
Yes,
So
thank you. Just on what Catherine was saying, I misspoke when she said women are not good at problem solving. I didn't listen to the end, and when she said as good as men, that's the statement I was saying. So yes, the statement I was saying is that there are forms of complex problem solving, like the types that you see in physics, engineering, mathematics, that males, the male kind of psyche or male ability is more skewed towards.
Okay, where is
Likewise,
your
oh
source?
my gosh, can I fucking finish speaking, bro? Stop
literature? Where is the
interrupting.
writing?
Stop
wait,
interrupting, man.
Catherine, wait,
Can I
Catherine,
speak?
wait. No, now I'm good. You're not gonna speak yet because you've been rude quite a few times. If you're gonna say that, then show us the evidence, because we have
Right.
evidence that there
Yeah.
are females in universities, in hospitals, in all of these fields. So where is the
Yes.
source? Where is
So
the
yeah, so
information
the source
coming from?
is that males skew more in terms of if you look at countries where males and females can go into higher education professions, males skew more into
Which
higher
countries,
education
please?
professions,
Can you tell us the
like the
countries?
UK, like Canada, like the United States.
Where is your
Males
source,
skew
bro?
more. Listen,
No,
males skew.
where's your source?
Oh
You're
my
not
God!
bringing
Shut
any
the fuck
source.
up.
You're just
Males,
talking.
shut up.
And
Men
Where
the
is
skew.
host
your
won't say
title? Where
I'm
is the
anything
telling
when
you
the
the
title of
ladies
the
source.
are
If you shut
study?
misbehaving.
up,
Right,
Where
males
is
right,
it? Don't tell me
okay,
to shut
okay,
up.
bro, this
Where's the
woman.
title of the
let's
study?
Okay.
Where is the title of the
let's leave
fucking
it.
study?
Listen,
Let's leave
you
it.
can
Let's
get
leave
the
it. Let's leave
data.
it.
You can
Right.
get the
You go
data,
and
but
get the data because you're
let
making
me
the claim.
talk, man. You can
Say
get the
the
data by
source.
looking
Don't get
at
triggered.
the.
Say
You
the
can look.
Kati is
source.
You can
becoming
look
very
at
rude.
the
And she's
professions.
becoming
You
Hold
can
on,
rude.
look at the
Catherine.
professions
Hold on,
and
Catherine. Now I'm
university
good.
degrees that males and females pick, and
Kati, you are
that
becoming
data
very rude,
is
and you
present when
have to
you look
respect the other
at the
speakers.
numbers of people that go into different higher education courses. You can clearly see that males and females, when given equal opportunity to choose, males pick professions like engineering, physics, mathematics. Those are more conducive to problem solving. Yeah.
Amma, let me contribute to your point. Let me contribute to your point.
Yeah, I'll
Now
mute
I'm
myself.
good. You don't even know how to listen. Thank you for your contribution. We heard you. Now I'm good. You can now unmute yourself and try and speak. But if you get rude again, I will drop you because I don't have
Okay.
the energy. I'm too hungover for bullshit.
I just want to buttress Amma point. Like, I observe your entire show. You are very, very let's say nice and understanding to all males that share your views.
And your problem is what exactly?
I'm speaking. If you allow me to speak.
Nice? Do you want me to be nice to people who are rude to me and people who lie?
No,
I clearly, every single day, I clearly set out the rules for how I run up my
no.
platform.
Can you allow me to speak?
When people come and are disrespectful, I match their energy. If people come and become manipulative, I will drop them. If people come and speak the truth, I will listen. That's the end of it. But I am not here. Now I'm good. Now I'm good. I'm going to repeat this again so that the people in the back who are not listening will understand. I don't open my life to serve somebody else's agenda. I open my life to serve my agenda. The thing that I believe in, that's what I open my live stream for. So when I hear it, yes, I'm going to be nice because that's what I believe in and that's what I want to see in society because it makes my heart flutter. I am not going to dance around when somebody speaks nonsense that sounds like control, oppression, and abuse over women. I am not going to stand for it. I will stand 10 toes down and I will say, shut the fuck up. You're talking nonsense. Do you understand me now? I am not here to please you. I am not your mama. I'm not going to pat your back and I'm not going to give you a bottle of milk so that you can feel a little bit better. Oh, she must be nice to me even if I'm saying something she don't agree with. I don't want to agree with it, bitch, so I'm not going to do that.
Okay, so you calling me a bitch?
No. It's a statement around the issue you've
Okay, so based on everything that I just heard, that make me to deduce that you are not actually having an intellectual discourse. You are propagating your agenda.
No.
Which is understandable.
I can do that because it's my platform, but I write down all of the points that people give me when they come with their information for where they get their education.
Yeah, so when you
wait. from what it is that they are trying to get people to believe in. I've got pages upon pages upon pages of nonsense. Do you understand me? And when I hear the nonsense, I will correct it. So I am not here to serve the agenda of carrying on oppressing women. If you don't come with actual reasoning and actual information that is
All of
factual
the
to
men that
support your
smoked, they
beliefs,
were very reasonable.
if you feel small or weak about it because you cannot defend your beliefs and you don't have anything to stand with it, that's not my fault. Go and do some education. Go do some research. I do
Okay,
research on what I'm
can
doing.
I speak? You're
And the other
becoming a
people
Amen,
little
that I
sister.
agree with,
emotional.
the other people I agree with, they do their research and they look at what society is doing. That's why I
No,
agree. I'm
they
not going to
share
stop
your view.
agreeing with
That's why
them.
you agree with
I
them.
am not gonna stop agreeing with them. Listen, now I'm good or whatever your name is called. I saw your comments before you came up. I
Yes.
saw your comments. So listen,
They
if
were
you're not
actually
happy
rubbish.
and you don't want to be here, why did you
Can
come up?
can
Why
can
are you
you
on the platform
can I
if you don't like
speak?
what I talk about
Can
and
I
you don't like
speak?
the way I handle it? Why are you here?
Can I
Because you
speak?
say some nasty
Can
things,
you listen?
especially about me too. I might let you speak when my emotions are done because you said women are so emotional. I might
Yes.
let you speak, but the way I'm feeling right now, I might not. So what you gonna do about it? Since you're such a leader and you're so controlling and
That
You
is
can
you
drop
what
were
if you
you
so
want
just
to.
proved.
nasty.
You just
You were
proved
so
my
nasty
point.
in the
You just proved
comments.
his
You were
point.
so nasty in the comments.
You
If
were
you want
very nasty.
respect, you need to give
You just
respect
proved his
too.
point. You
There's no
just proved
Respect
his
point.
is
point.
There's
earned.
no point.
Respect is earned. It is not something you just stick your hand up and say, I deserve it on account of having a deeper voice than you, on account of having a willy between my legs.
You have
If
not
you
allowed me to
disrespect
speak
me,
yet.
yes, because I don't want you to
Because you're
speak.
not
If you
listening.
disrespect me in my comments and on my platform,
How can
I
you run
am
a
going to
public
catch
disco when
feelings.
you try
Shush,
to
You
shush,
conduct a
shush,
triggered
show
shush,
like
me.
shush,
this?
You
shush.
triggered me. Now I'm triggered. Now you are like, oh my gosh, why is she doing that? Don't do that to people. You can't poke the hornet's nest and say, why did they bite me? They will bite you because you're stupid. If you want me to respect you, give me the same respect back. In fact, you are coming into my house, into my platform. Give me respect so I can listen to you. You want us to have a good
I
conversation?
have
I
not
have had so many
disrespected
guys.
you. You
I
have
have had
disrespected
so
me.
many guys who have come up on the panel. They came with their ideas. They came with, we didn't agree on them, but we still spoke to each other on an actual human level with respect because they gave it out and I gave it out too. I will match your energy. You came with bad energy in the comments. Now this is the energy you're getting back. What, you're going to run now? You want me to do what? I'm not going to do nothing to please you. Now I'm done. You can speak.
Okay. So, like I said, you just proved my point that women are not problem solvers.
I have solved the problem. Let me show you how I solved the
compared
problem.
to
Let
their
me show
male
you how I solved the
counterpart.
problem. Deported. I have solved the problem. And the church say amen.
But it does
Amen.
kind of prove my point.
No,
Amen.
no,
No,
listen,
Amen.
Amma, you didn't
listen.
bring any sources. You just chatted.
If you want respect, like I said, you gotta give respect back. There are so many guys who have come up on the panel who don't agree with my beliefs, but because of the way they held the conversation, the way they spoke to me, I also reciprocated that same way they spoke to me. If you want calmness, give it out too. If you
Yeah.
want respect, give it out too.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I don't have to deal with listening to somebody who the stuff he was writing in the comments, nasty.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
There's
And
no point for me to entertain him. I only brought him up to tell him he's a little bitch. That's
yes.
it. A good man who knows how to communicate will come and speak about what they want to speak about. That's it.
But Shasha, think about this, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
you
I
see,
appreciate what you're saying.
yeah, you see,
You see, like
yeah, you
problem
see, guys,
solving and what people talk about when they say
please, 1 second, please.
Okay, you
Please,
go.
please, 1 second, please.
Now we're not
Yeah, you
hurting.
see, you see, this is where my gender are getting it wrong. And every little thing we say women are insulting us. Do you get what I mean? What do you expect to get? When you come to a page, you start calling women single mother, you are this, are you married? What do you expect to get?
Cha, can you bring big red
So,
up?
so after all this thing, you want what do you expect? What do you expect?
So
You come to the
I
platform.
agree. I agree with
Yeah,
you
I'm
to an
coming. Yeah,
extent.
I'm coming. Yeah, you come to
Okay.
the platform. You start calling people names. Single mother. Are you married? Are you this?
Imagine the
Calling all,
audacity.
after calling all this name, you're expecting respect from who? Who will give you that respect? Do you get what I mean? So
Yeah.
this is where they get it wrong. And this is why they are triggering women to insult us on social media every day. Do you know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah, 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 you see,
Scientific to back it.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
you
didn't
see,
say that. I said men are
yeah,
better at doing it.
yeah,
But you don't have science to back it.
why,
I did.
yeah,
You
you see,
actually refused to listen to the source
yeah,
No, I
material.
No, we
didn't.
do
You don't
better
have
job
science to
than
back
you,
it.
man. Come
I
on.
do.
that's why, yeah, please, 1 second, please, 1 second, please. So that is why many ladies, like, I saw when he came here, he was calling her, you married, single mother, you will not marry. After all these things, what do you expect from the woman? You expect her to be happy with you after insulting her. Do you get what I mean? You trigger her, you slap her, you don't want her to cry. Do you get what I mean? So we
Yeah.
should stop this thing.
This
And
this
the
is
quality,
this
yeah.
is a
So
perfect.
yeah, 1 second, please,
Okay.
please. So this is always the issue. As when you have different opinion, you know, you have to be polite. My sister, how do you see this? You know, you can argue without insulting anybody. You know, I say, man, this is why we are selling our leaders, our respect. This is why women are busy, you know, calling us name all over the social media because of how some men behave. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
You know,
can
sometimes,
I just respond to that quick? Because
yeah.
this
1
is
second,
this
yeah.
is
1 second.
hold on. Let me just, because I want to address something. This is a perfect example,
I
because
just want to round up.
I
Then you
thought
take
really
over. Just
deeply
a
about
minute,
what I
Amma.
wanted to say when I came on. Just allow me to respond quickly, and then I'll let you.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I said women like to hear comfortable lies more than uncomfortable truth. You see, when you get into a position where someone's looking at you in a public space, or you're a leader, because I do lives as well, you're open to criticism. People are going to insult you. They're going to insult you. Look, and say this. But because of the way male psychology and female psychology works, women are more prone to have that make them respond in a certain way. You understand? You're more like saying,
Amma,
"Oh, I feel this way, so I don't want you on my platform." You understand? It's there are dimorphic traits, but we don't want to. It's like we don't want to acknowledge that some of the ways that men think is actually part of how we are built. That with more linear
you see,
reasoning, you know,
Let's just
more.
let him bring the source. That's all I want. I just want
you
him to
see,
bring the source.
Okay.
you see, many people are not well trained. So if you are not well trained, go back to your mother for the training. Do you get what I mean?
And Amma
Nobody
should bring his source.
yeah, nobody
Bring
should
the,
come to,
bring
yeah,
the peer-reviewed study.
Wait, son of man is saying something.
Nobody should come to the public space. Do you get what I mean? To trigger people and you expect them to be laughing at you. You can't trigger me and expect me to control my emotional intelligence. Why didn't you control your emotional intelligence before you insult me? Do you get what I mean? So when you give me, I give you back. You don't blame me. That's what some men are doing. You come, this a woman doing her life. She's saying what she thought is right. Then you are calling her single mother. Are you married? After all those things, you want her to, when you come up, she will clap hand for you. Then she will sit down, serve you cold water to drink, even serve you food, give you money gone, I think, after you insulted her. So what I'm saying is that when you come to a place,
Marriage is not an achievement.
you see, when you come to a place like this, even if you don't have the same opinion with her, come greet her, my sister, how are you doing? Yeah, this topic you put up here, you know, I have an issue with this. This is what I think. This is what I think. She can listen to you. You
I
people
listen
can have a
and I
nice
write it down.
conversation. You people
I
can
listen.
have a nice conversation. But when you come and start calling her names, oh, are you single mother? Are you married? Why are you not married? Where's your husband? Where's your No, you can't get a good response. You end up getting insult. Let me tell you. Definitely, when you write all the thing in comment section, you're talking about men. Let me tell you, some men will not even tolerate that man to be in their box. Some men will just bring him up, curse him, and block him. I know many of them in this TikTok. So what are we saying? What I'm saying is that learn how to respect people. Learn how to be polite, even when you have different opinion from them. But some of the issue we have, you don't treat a woman as a lesser human being. Women are not inferior. They are human beings like us, created by God like us. Do you get what I mean? And God expects us to treat them well, the way we want to be treated. So whenever you talk, and some of them talking this, when they go to a woman platform, they talk to men with respect. But when you see a woman, you talk to them as an inferior. That is very wrong. That is very, very wrong. And we need to stop it. And the small time we say, oh, they are insulting us, it's some men that are causing them to be insulting us. You know, I get pissed off when I see some men acting like, you know, I don't know what to call them. So when you come, if you don't have sense, please don't bring yourself in the public. Don't come and disgrace yourself in the public. Because when you disgrace yourself, I trust my sisters, they will insult you back. And you get what you want. Thank you so much, host.
You get a clapback, and a clapback gonna happen any single day. I was brought up in a posh lifestyle, but I learned how to be hood because I had to stand up for myself, and I don't take nonsense, and I don't take shit. It's not about other women. I have seen other women running their platforms, and they're just so kind with it, so polite with it, blah blah. But that's not my personality. It's not about being a woman. That's just not my personality. Once I decided to do these topics, I knew I was going to get a lot of backlash. So I decided I'm going to be strong about it. And if people insult me, I'm going to show them that what you give is exactly what you get. So this proves exactly why this topic is here. If you want to be respected as a leader, as a husband, then you should also respect your wife as a leader, as a wife, because what you give is what you get. Because society will always show you E equals MC squared. Whatever effort you put in, it always bounces right back at you. If you look in the mirror, you get a reflection. So this is why if you behave a certain way with me, I'm going to go toe to toe. And I've told people about this so many times. There's some people I'll just let pass. Some people I'll just let pass and I'll be like, yo, Jesus, why don't you come and take your people? Yes, he's out again. But some people, the comments he was putting in the comments were absolutely unhinged. That's the only reason I brought him up, because I just wanted to humiliate him.
Do you mind if I step in and say
I've
something,
been
please?
respectful. I just want that source that people was asking for, and then I'll let Big Red speak. So it's called indulging our gendered selves, sex segregation by field of study in 44 countries. So everyone can look this up. It's across 44 countries. It's a peer
What's
reviewed
the aim
study.
of the study?
It's to determine sex segregation by field of study. So which
Well, that's not anything to do with problem solving, is it?
the choice of study depends on the kinds
No,
of
if you were looking at
No,
who's
it's not.
better,
engineering,
Segregation.
mathematics, physics,
Yeah, but
STEM
if you're talking
subjects.
about segregation, you say the study is about
No,
segregation.
it's
it's
about the
not
Yes,
about
difference.
what
problem
it
solving
means.
between
Oh
men
my
and
God, are
women.
you ever
That's
going to
not
listen,
what you're
Catherine?
talking about. That it has to be in the
The
title.
choice. Oh, it doesn't have to be in the title.
It does have to be in the title for it to
The
be a part of your
choice
research
of
topic.
Catherine,
It
you're really,
does.
really bad at listening.
No,
The
it
Tell me the
choice
does.
of
Can I?
study again.
study. Yeah, it's called Indulging Our Gendered Selves, Sex Segregation by Field of Study in 44 countries, right?
What year is it?
So it, you can look up studies, 2009, right?
2009. What was
Okay,
what was
let
the
me finish
what was
speaking,
the
Catherine, because I know you have a
what?
habit of
And I'm allowed to
interrupting.
ask you questions
Catherine,
as you're
you have a
talking about
habit
it.
of
If you
interrupting.
have you
Allow
read the
me to
study
finish
or are you just
speaking. Allow me to
regurgitating?
finish speaking, Catherine, and then you can
Wait,
respond.
Catherine, let's
Okay,
see.
so subjects like engineering, mathematics, physics, chemistry, computer science are more that you need more certain types of problem solving, which involves linear and deductive reasoning. Yeah.
That study doesn't say that.
Oh, let me do it.
Are you going to shut
Because
up and let me talk?
I'm gonna read it now, but I'm using my daughter's thing, and it's talking about segregation. It's not about choices. You're not talking about that.
Do you mind if
It's
I step
talking
in and
about
just put an opinion out here before
It's okay. Go ahead.
before this guy goes off again on his research, on his AI research, whatever he's saying he's finding, right?
Yeah, well,
Right.
I had to find one because apparently you don't know that men choose engineering, physics, and maths
I've got
more.
a study
I have
from
to prove it to
2025
you
that
because you
contradicts
don't.
what you're saying. So I don't
Really,
know what
men
you're
are
talking
not
about.
heavily overrepresented
Okay,
in
give Big
maths,
Red
physics,
a
engineering, and
chance.
STEM subjects. Sure, that's why the UN is trying to bridge the gender
Big
gap
Red is
for a
talking.
gender
Thank you very
parity.
much, Emma, since you had no
For a gender
research.
parity agenda, but there's no discrepancy. So why are they trying to get
You
more
didn't
females
have
in STEM?
any
Why
research,
are they
and you
trying to get
can't tell
more
me how.
females in
You can't tell
STEM
me
if
the
men aren't in
You
STEM
can't tell me
more?
the method. You can't tell me the
You're
data
so
collection.
dumb.
No, I'm not dumb. You
So
are.
men aren't in
Because
STEM more.
you're talking about a study about
between
segregation,
income.
and you're not talking
Okay,
about men and women
You
being
know
able
that
to actually.
okay,
segregation refers to data sets, how
both of
different
you,
data
be
sets
quiet for
You're
a
manifest.
minute.
talking
Both
about a
of you, be
research
quiet
method
for a
that does
minute.
not approach the question that you're
Yes, it
discussing.
does. Go and look
No,
at
it
it.
doesn't. No, it
So
doesn't. It
slow,
would be in
bro.
the research
Both of you
title.
be quiet
Sex
for a minute. Both of you be
segregation,
wrong.
quiet for a
how the
minute.
different
Guys,
sexes
come
segregate with
on.
respect to a choice.
Hello, both of you be
Are you
quiet for a
slow?
minute.
No, I'm
Both
not.
of you be
You are.
quiet for a minute. Be quiet for a minute. Somebody called what's his name?
It's Scott. Scott's fine, but Big Red.
Big Red. Oh, hi, Scott. So you wanted to say something.
Right.
Go ahead.
I'll try again. So when it says about your topic about husband and not leaders, right? We're not leaders. We try to be providers. We provide for our wife and we provide for my family, right? That's what I do. My wife is our leader of our family, right? She is our united. Yes, she is our strength. My wife holds our family together. That I can't do things what my wife can do, and my wife can't do things that I can do. Right? We're a unite. We're not leaders. We're providers. And this guy who keeps arguing with this lady in here, Catherine, he just doesn't like it because he keeps saying, "Oh, you're getting all emotional." No. What happens is every time you have an argument with a woman, certain men say, "Oh, you're getting too emotional." But when a man gets angry, yeah, he's just getting mad. It's just the same thing, but they just try and be sexist by saying, "Oh,
No,
you're getting all
no,
emotional."
that's not fair.
Yes, it is.
No,
Yes,
you're
it
not talking
is.
now.
She's being rude.
No,
She's
but
I'm
so are
You're
not,
not
you.
I didn't
talking
call the
now,
host emotional.
Amma.
It's
Big Red
Catherine.
is
She's very
talking. Big
belligerent.
Red
You
is
see how you
talking.
But you're
see
now
how
Big
she
doing
Red
it
is
to
behaves.
me.
talking.
So
Big Red
yeah.
is
So
talking. You're not
I'm
talking
just
right now.
you
You're
know
not
I'm
talking
just
right now.
addressing her
Be
behavior
You're
quiet,
not
because it's
be
talking
bad
right
quiet,
behavior.
now.
be quiet, be
You're not
quiet,
talking right
be
now.
quiet, be quiet. Big Red, Scott, carry on.
So what I'm saying is, he's saying like, "Oh yeah, you're getting emotional," but it's the same thing as he's getting mad. Like he's interrupting me. And what the problem is in society around today is certain men of different ethnicities, they can't respect that actually a woman is allowed to have an opinion and have a voice, and they try and down talk people, and that's not how the life is today. We moving on with the world.
I'm not down talking anyone. I'm addressing how I'm being treated by Catherine, and I feel that the host should be fair and address it. She's been constantly interrupting. She's been shouting over me. You know, Big Red, I actually agree with you.
I have been telling her to be quiet. I have.
Fair enough. Big Red, I actually agree with you. Like my wife, she holds my family together. I'm grateful to have the kind of partner I have.
Yeah,
The point,
absolutely.
you know, I don't even look at myself as, oh, I'm the leader. I just notice, you know, from looking at data sets, from my life experience, which everyone's got their own life experience, that males have a certain type of problem solving ability that is different from females. Females is
But we
more
had to ask you
social.
like 10
Can you
times.
stop interrupting?
But we had to
Can
ask
you
you
stop
so many
interrupting?
times. But you
Can you
have the
stop
data
Hold
interrupting?
set.
on, Catherine.
Can you stop
Hold
interrupting?
on.
Amma, what's
Hold
your
on.
name? Is it Amma? Is that
Yeah.
right? But then do you not agree when you say men have different type of problem solvings, but also women have different type of problem solvings as well? That's better than ours.
Yes.
Like when we have
I
a family
totally
with kids, right? When our kids are dysregulated or we're trying to plan a family thing, our wives are better at planning that than us
I
men.
totally agree with you. I totally agree. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I was giving the examples of like engineering, mathematics. There's a certain type of problem solving that is more conducive to like creating technologies, inventing things. And those things actually are part of the backbone of society. See how we're all using like mobile phones and technology. This all requires mathematics, engineering, physics. So it's not that males are better than women. It's not that, oh, that a woman can't have an opinion. It's that men sometimes feel that they need to be a vanguard in certain areas so that they can use that ability to solve problems. And oftentimes it gets looked at as you're trying to control. It's not that they're trying to control. It's like how, say if you're with your girls and you're like, well, we want to have girl time. We want to talk about stuff and we want to not feel that male energy around. Sometimes males get in a zone where they say, I want to be left alone. I want to problem solve. And I don't want to have to get in an emotional back and forth over something that is about someone's feelings because they're in a zone where they're like, I'm trying to problem solve.
A
So
woman invented Wi-Fi. Just wanted to say that.
So
that's great.
yeah, and the first computer code was created by a woman. So
So
that's
Agent
why
there we
we
go.
But those are outliers, right?
What did you say?
Those are outliers, right?
No, they're
What
not.
do you mean? No.
Do you know what an outlier is, Catherine?
An
You're not going
outlier
to
means
insult
an
women like
anomaly,
that, bud.
but if you're
Yes.
thinking that history is told by the viewpoint of a man, are you going to say that YT history is outliers when they talk about BLK people? No, it's not. It's just from a viewpoint. So you're chatting rubbish.
No,
And
YT people
Amma,
have been
when you talk about
disproportionately responsible for
cybersecurity,
No,
Amma,
types of modern technology.
no, it's not true.
Amma, there are actually a lot of young girls who are doing cybersecurity. My
I
daughter
agree.
does cybersecurity. So
Yeah,
rule
that's an
that one
example.
out.
Yeah, that's an example. But typically, if we generalize and look at the
No,
data,
typically men have told this history
Catherine,
of
now I'm gonna have to now
men
now you're
have
gonna end up
told the
getting talked down to,
story.
That's
Catherine,
fine.
because you're
That's
behaving like
fine.
a child. So then you're gonna get
I
spoken
do
Men
down
have a
have
to.
question though.
told
Catherine, come
I
on,
do have a
history
behave
question.
yourself,
based from
darling,
their
darling,
perspective,
darling.
and
Don't
they don't
interrupt,
include
sweetheart.
women in
Okay,
their stories. And
don't
if you
interrupt.
don't want to hear that, that's
Hello, both
fine.
of you. Catherine, Amma, I do have a question. So all of this information that you've brought us, how does it go to the topic? Like, does that mean husbands are leaders and women should be submissive? I don't understand why you are bringing this into the topic.
Yeah. So I think that the things that husbands are leaders in need more respect with regards to why they want to lead in those things. Like, for example, males want to be the ultimate decision maker, not because they want to rule the woman, and they shouldn't say, whoa, you have to submit to me. It's because
Respect
males
from
have
who?
superior deductive reasoning skills, as evidenced by the
Respect from
types of
who?
problem
No,
solving.
but you've not
Yes.
proved
Not
that.
in a family situation,
Hold
Amma.
on, Amma.
Not
Are
in a
you saying
family
you want more
situation.
respect? Are you saying you want respect from your wife because you're a lead? You want to
No,
be
no,
a
no.
leader in certain
Not
things?
me want respect. I'm saying
No,
more
you're saying
respect should be given
people,
to the things that men are
right?
actually superior
And
at
he
than
hasn't
women.
But do you know
proved the
what?
deductive
Men
reasoning
don't
thing.
listen. Sorry, Catherine. Men don't need respect from their wives, right? All I want is I provide for my wife, and all I want is love. I don't care about respect. I just want love.
I'm
That's
not
all I
saying
want.
need to be
Don't
respected.
need.
I'm saying
Don't.
respecting, like you see how you said that women are better at solving like social problems, and when you have the kids around, they like, and you said how that they're like the glue to the family. I agreed with that. But then if I say males are better at problem solving and deductive reasoning, then you say
What
no.
problems?
You
Okay,
understand?
But
Amma.
you
Okay,
can't prove
let's go
that.
a little bit deeper. Let's go a little bit deeper. What
Yeah.
problems are they solving in the family? It's not mathematical, is it? It's not engineering, is it?
It
What
all
problems are they
depends.
solving in the family?
It's
Problems
not.
often go on, Big Red.
It all depends on what your role is as in the family household with your child, right? For example, you might say, "Oh yeah, we're better at this," and the mum or the wife is better at that. It all depends on what your role is. Like I'm a go to work man. I go and provide for my wife and my kids. If my wife had the better job role, she would be at work and she'd be the big owner, and I'd be the provider. So the roles would vice reverse. So I would be the better problem solver because I'm home and present more than what my wife would be. So it's not just about the man and the woman, about the man's better at this. It all depends on what your role is in the household.
So, Amma,
Yeah.
which problems are husbands solving in the family? Which problems are they solving? Give
Oh,
me like three.
So
I'm sorry. I was just looking at that
Wait,
article that he
wait,
talked about.
wait, Ima, wait. I just want
Oh,
Amma to
Amma, sorry.
answer.
I thought you said
Yeah,
Iman. Sorry, my bad.
sorry. I just want him to answer. Just give me three examples of problems that husbands are solving in the family that means that they should be leaders.
Like
okay.
wholeheartedly.
Okay, great. So, for example, you see how like men will say like, "I don't want you to wear a certain thing," or men will let me finish. Let me finish. Or men will say that they want to
All
be
right,
the
Catherine,
ultimate,
let him talk.
that they want to be the ultimate decision maker. It's because they are perceiving potential problems in
All right,
society.
Amma, I
Hold
heard you
on. Let me
about the problems.
let
I
me
heard
stop.
you about the problems.
Yeah,
You're not
they're
answering my question.
I am.
Give
I'm
me
No,
getting
you're
to
not.
answer.
examples.
Let
No.
me
Give me
finish
three
speaking.
examples of what problems they are
I'm
solving. You
giving you.
say the way she dresses,
I'm
that's
giving
one.
you
What's the
examples.
other one?
If you listen,
No. But you're
what?
just
Let
going
me
back to the
finish. You
explanation you
understand?
gave us
If you
before
But it's
other
listen,
not
you
people
that
will
hard to
interrupt.
understand.
answer. It
If
should
you
be three
listen,
bullet
you will
points.
understand.
Amma, listen, hold on. This is the problem I have sometimes, and this is why
Do
I
not let
outline my
me.
rules at the start of the live. Listen, if I am redirecting you to focus on actually giving us the results, it's because other people are waiting to talk. This is not all for you. But if you
Yes,
repeat things you've already explained to us, you're wasting everybody else's time because we've heard you.
you have to
So give us
listen to
the
the
three
response.
examples.
Okay,
Just A, B, C. Get to it.
I gave you the examples, and now I'm
One,
giving you
you
the
gave me one.
explanation.
You gave me one. I didn't ask for an explanation. You gave me one, which was if he wants to decide the way she dresses or something like that. What's the
No,
other?
I
What's
was
the second one?
okay. So males typically are the breadwinner, so they're solving the issue of getting finances into the household. That's one problem that males solve. The reason I brought up the thing about saying what they want to wear is because I was going to describe how males typically perceive problems in society that could arise, like if you wear this person will look at you in a certain way. So males are being more receptive to the things that could become a problem,
You
and
are
they solve.
gross.
So
You are
Listen,
freaking
listen. They
dressing,
solve
gross.
problems
money.
That is just
preemptively.
horrible.
Listen,
That
listen.
is
And
They
she
solve.
asked you not to
disgusting.
give an
Okay.
explanation.
Listen.
She asked you to say
Okay.
it bam, bam,
Yeah.
Oh
bam. And
God,
you're
Okay.
still
Number
not.
three. What's number three?
Males
Number three.
solve
Somebody's
problems.
listing them for us.
Listen,
What's number three?
males solve problems preemptively through hazard perception. They
Like
see
what?
this is a
What's the problem they're solving?
listen.
Give me the problem.
They're trying to keep the relationship together by
Oh
What's
being
the
the
God.
ultimate
problem they're
decision maker.
solving?
Bro,
Okay.
They
you cannot
listen.
even
They're
answer the
solving.
question
You
like
don't
directly.
listen.
No, you're just
They're
talking too
trying
much.
to keep the relationship together by
We
being the
heard you,
ultimate
Amma. We
decision
heard you,
maker.
What?
but by what problem are they? What problem are they solving?
The
Like
problem of
you said
keeping the
finance.
household together and financially stable by looking at potential problems in society that exist, preemptively solving them by being the
Like
ultimate
what?
decision
T?
maker.
Like what?
Like the
Preempting what?
Get
relationship
it?
staying together.
You're
It
just
doesn't know
word
That's
what
the
it
main
salad.
one.
means.
You are
Like
just
getting
complete
finances
word
into the
salad,
household,
bro.
like getting food on the
Amma.
table.
Like, are you
So
not listening?
Chunks, it's better
Getting
to
No.
food
keep
on the
quiet.
table. Okay. Getting food
Right.
on the table that a woman will cook.
There is
Which
one
one?
thing,
That's the
right?
What
problem
an
that the man
olodo.
helps to
There
solve.
is one
They want to be
thing
the ultimate
us
decision maker to help solve those
Shut up,
problems.
Hammer. You're actually boring as
there is
hell.
Just
one
repeating round and round.
there is
Go on,
one
big bed.
thing us men can do, right? There's not even three things, it's one thing. And is we can just provide. We provide the household, we provide utility bills, we provide holidays, blah blah blah. What the woman provides for us is love, empathy. They raise our kids, they show us everything, right? They're problem solvers.
Comfort.
Exactly, right. This guy
And
now,
women work 40 hours a
you
week
are the
too,
providers,
by
you
the
are the
way.
people, you are the heart of us. You provide the empathy, like I said, you provide everything. All we do is we go out and earn the money so we've got a household and we live a happy life. That's what us men do as a role. The mums teach us how to love and empathize our kids as well. You teach us. We get it wrong, but you teach us the way. As simple as that.
Ladies, did you hear what Amma said? Apparently, if your boyfriend or your husband tells you how to dress, it's because he's trying to solve the problem of other men looking at you. Because it's your fault that men look at you,
And that's
and it's
funny.
your
No, it's not
fault
your
if you
fault.
get
Because
It's not your
raped.
fault.
Wait,
I would
Amma.
say
Wait, Catherine. Wait, Amma. Wait. Basically, you are not going to hold men accountable for having no self-control. For having no self-control, you're going to say, I'm doing this for the relationship to try and control people. Let me tell you what that is in the manipulation book,
Oh
okay?
my God.
It's called
shut up, Hammer.
justifying or rationalizing harmful or unreasonable behavior with false logic and excuses, gaslighting, threatening behavior and
No.
coercive language, guilt
No.
tripping, and also
Nonsense.
playing victim. No,
Just,
Nonsense.
that is not
just,
Nonsense.
nonsense.
I want to
just.
hold men
It's what you
accountable for their
said.
bad
It's
behavior.
what you said, Amma. It's what you
Any
said.
psychologist in the world will tell you, if you try and tell your woman how to dress, it is not for the benefit of the relationship. You are doing it for your benefit.
It's control. It's
Because you're
control.
controlling and you are
That's all
territorial.
it is.
That is
Maybe.
what you're doing.
Maybe that could
There
be it.
is
Red flag.
Or
nothing
You are
good
a red
about it.
flag, Amma.
That is a red flag.
be
And then you
open to
say
other people's
also
perspectives,
and
yeah?
then you
Be
say they
open.
solve the problem of finance. Women work too, bitch. Women work
Exactly.
too.
Right,
We
okay.
work
That's your
40 hours a
perspective.
week. We work 40 hours a week, my G. Like, listen.
Just
Women
shush.
go to
Come on. I
university.
respect you
They
guys. Just
go
allow
to
me to do my
No,
business.
be
university.
quiet. You've been talking since.
I let you talk a lot,
No,
and
you
I
shout
was
me down
You've
every
been
time I
talking
get
and
since.
I
You've been
was
talking since.
listening
You've
and
been
I
talking
let you
since.
talk. Now you are talking over me when I'm trying to
Talk to me
talk.
like
Just
that.
stop it. You listed something about providing. Women do go to work too. Women do make money too. Women get paid too. Women have
Yes.
businesses that they run that they make them millionaires too. Even the ones who are married to millionaires and they're still earning their own millions too. So which problem are they solving? You don't have an answer because all of it is a fallacy. It's an
You won't let
idea
me
in your head,
explain. That's the
but
problem.
without any
We've
actual
asked you and
research.
you
And then you
You
won't.
shout
don't
me
have
down every
any
time I
actual
talk.
You've
research.
not explained
Anyway,
shit, bro.
Shasha, you
anyway,
forget women work for 24 hours a day, mate. They don't work just
24
40
hours a
hours.
day.
When
Yep.
you've
Thank
The
got
stuff
you.
kids,
that
you work
a
24. My
woman,
wife works 24 hours a day for free. She
yeah,
don't exactly.
Yeah.
the stuff, listen, there's actual research being done here in the UK to quantify just how much money a stay-at-home mother should be getting paid for all the jobs that she does. And according to research, she should be getting 70 to 100K a year. Which husbands do you know of that are
That's
earning
not how
70
the
to
economy
100K
works.
a year? Hardly many
Yeah, it
of
is
them, because
actually.
most of them are on basic salary.
Go
So
and pay a cleaner to come to your house.
again,
Go
this
pay
is
a
what I
nanny
say
to come
about
to your
people who
house.
have no research. You have to go and do the research and find out what society is doing and what's actually being spoken about and what's actually being affecting people. Because society for a long time has always devalued women and said the work that they do at home is worthless. It's not worthless. Every single person needs what mommy does at home. Every single person in the
I agree.
world. We wouldn't, all 8 billion of us wouldn't have survived to be adults, or we would not get to being adults without mommy and what she does at home, or the stay-at-home parent. So don't undervalue the work that a woman does at home and says she's not providing. She provides because your paycheck belongs to her.
No, I'm not
After you pay
undermining
her
that.
for,
It's
Because
very
you
after
pose
important.
you
with your
pay
newborn,
her
but I
for
guarantee your
all of the
newborn is with
jobs
your
that
wife right
she
now.
Catherine,
then your
Your
paycheck
Catherine,
newborn is
belongs
with
to
your wife
her.
right now. Your
Catherine, don't
baby
be
is with
speaking
your
about my
wife right
kid.
now. You're
Catherine, why
taking
are
a
you
cute
speaking
little
about my
picture with
kid?
your
That's
baby,
silly.
but your
Catherine,
baby is with
my
your
daughter's
wife
dead,
right
so you're
now.
speaking
Your
about my
baby is
dead
not in
daughter
your
right
arms
now.
right now. Your baby's not
Yeah,
in your
she's
Alma,
arms right
dead.
now.
so your
Anyway,
She's
wife
dead.
must
Your
have had a
baby is not
better
in your
life.
can we
arms
all
right
be quiet?
now.
Yeah,
Can we
because
all
she's
be
dead. She
quiet?
got killed.
Your baby's
Iman,
not in your arms right now.
Iman, can we all be quiet for a minute? Iman, can you unmute yourself and tell us about the study, because I was reading it too. Go ahead, darling.
Yeah, no, I was reading the study really quick. So the study is basically showing that like even in kind of like progressive or as close as we can get to egalitarian countries, that gender segregation does exist even in those countries, right? That's what the article is saying. However, this is why I feel like people need to read, okay? Because it because just because so just because the gender segregation is lower in poorer countries does not negate the fact that patriarchy and smexism exist in this country. What it does highlight is that economic need, right, supersedes kind of this patriarchal cultural sense, because you need the money. I don't care if you are going to go into STEM, if you're going to become a businesswoman. When the economic need is there, people don't care about gender norms anymore because you got to make money. So when you do look at more progressive countries, now it unmasks the patriarchy, and it's more of a cultural norm that affects women's choices. So the smexism and the societal conditioning of what is gender norms is still present in both countries. It's just that in the poorer countries, the economic need overrides it. That's all that is showing. It's not saying that these countries don't have smexism or patriarchy. It's just that it now has a place to flourish when you're more progressive and more economically stable. That's all it's saying.
Iman, did that study show that males and females in progressive countries still make differing choices in their higher education from what you saw?
Right. So that's what I was saying. They make different
Literally said
choices.
it.
Yeah, I just said it. So they make different choices. I think the argument is, well, they're free, right? Like they're free to make that choice. That's what the argument is, because it's progressive, blah, 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 blah. But the issue is it's not really a free choice if you're still being conditioned by your society, if you're still under a patriarchal society. The only difference is in the poorer countries, you can just negate it and be like, whatever, I don't care if this is what society is telling me to do. I still got to get to this bag.
And choice doesn't negate the skill set. That's irrelevant. Like you saying that, oh well, this is what men pick to study and this is what women pick to study. It doesn't mean that men have better skills at complex reasoning or complex problem solving. That is just a choice. You need to find a study that proves the question that you are citing. Like, and also you need to see who conducted the study, what sample size they use, what methodology they use, what the results said. Is there correlation or is there causation? Because correlation doesn't mean causation. If I tell you that every summer, oh, shark deaths rise as ice cream sales rise, that's correlation. That's not causation.
Yes,
Causation is
true.
completely different. So when you try and cite a study to fit your narrative that doesn't even answer the question that you're talking about, what are you saying?
Okay. Can I respond?
And Ima cited the causation of some of these reasons why people end up choosing
Well,
certain things
that's
in
also a
progressive
theory, right?
society.
Because
No,
the
no.
thing.
But anyway, Ama, this is not a show for just you. We've heard you.
Okay.
Jasmine, unmute yourself and speak.
Hi, it's I actually at first had a question for Amma, but it seems he's mute now, which is probably for best. Husbands are not leaders, and wives should not submit. Yes, I agree that husbands are not leaders and wives should not submit. This theory, I've heard this thing that guys say a lot, that they should be leaders because they created the world. Like, men created this, and men created that, men created Wi-Fi, created that. Well, in that concept, it has to be white men specifically, because the men that usually say these things are actually usually black men. Men created these things because they were the ones going to school. Women were killed for going to school. women and black people were not allowed to go. It's like there are 50 women in a class. So the top 3 were women. Of course, the top 3 were women. It's only women in the class. The only people going to school were men. So they were the only ones able to enhance their knowledge. Of course, they created all these things. It's not men created these things. White men created them because white men were the ones allowed to go to school, were the ones allowed to enhance their knowledge. So you can't say men should lead because they created more things. Or if it's like that, black men should serve white men as well. Serve your fellow white men. Those were the people that created these
Submit
things
to
that we're
them.
all using.
Good point.
You can't oh
Now the thing is about that is what you guys are doing
they think
is you
excuse me, am I a bit emotional if you ask me?
okay.
You know, Catherine was
So
emotional for interrupting you. So you
all right.
interrupting me makes you a bit emotional.
Oh, are you still going? Are you like I didn't know I interrupted you. Are you
She
still
was
going?
still going.
Well, she
Oh,
was still
sorry.
speaking, so
You
you
go.
should have
She
known that.
literally
My
was
bad.
still speaking.
Silence, Catherine. But you go, Jasmine. Sorry.
Yeah. So they keep, oh, men created this and men created that. Yeah. They weren't allowed to create these things. They was enhancing their knowledge to create these things. So of course they created them. If you think women should save men for that, you as a black man also save the white men. White people, white men created these things. They didn't wake up, came out from the womb and boom, electricity, boom. No, they went to school, enhanced their knowledge, and then created these things. Women were not given those opportunities. So of course we didn't create them. Another were you black men, black folks. So how can you serve them too if you feel so? Serve the white men too if you feel they should lead. Men should lead for such a stupid fucking reason. That's a very stupid reason to say women should lead, men should lead. And I heard someone here give the topic of um him telling you how to dress makes him like a leader or like
Was
what?
again.
No, I didn't
I'm
say anything
s-
about being a leader.
It was
I said
Amma.
about being ultimate decision maker.
Amma says that we should listen to the dressing that the husband wants us to wear. That's what
I didn't
Amma
say
I
that.
said.
asked you,
I
no,
didn't say
Amma,
that.
now you're saying I didn't say, I asked you a straight question.
Hmm.
What actually, you say, I said, so all of these things you're bringing, how does that show that
And
husbands are leaders? You said because they problem solving. I said, what problems are they
and then
solving?
host, remember that you didn't let me respond after
And you
that?
said,
Be honest.
and you said it was about clothes and finances. So
Yes,
she's
and they
right. She
bring
said
men
it was
money.
about clothes.
But you didn't let me respond. That's why I didn't
No, you
understand the
said
full
it was
point.
about
You
clothes.
said
No, you
men
didn't let me
bring the
finish.
money
You didn't
home.
let me
I
finish.
bring money home. I don't need a man to provide for me because I can
Great,
provide for myself.
great.
I
But
don't
the
need a
reason,
man. If a
great.
man leaves me, I am going to be okay.
You,
I'm happy. I'm happy about that.
You explained it. You said it
No,
fixes the
I actually didn't
relationship because it
finish.
stops men looking at you. Blah blah blah. That's control,
I
man. You can
used
dress in
it.
whichever way you want.
Host,
It's
you
control.
want to
Anyway,
frame it as
Jasmine,
control. I
carry on.
used that.
This guy likes attention. You don't have a family
You tried to
you don't have.
preemptively problem solve, but you didn't want to listen.
No. You weren't
You didn't let
talking
me
about that.
finish.
You're talking about
You didn't let
control.
me finish.
Jasmine, carry on. You're talking about control. There's no
No, I was
psychologist
talking about
that's
men
gonna
trying to preemptively
ever
problem
say
solve
there's
things.
anything healthy about it. It's
I
not
don't
healthy.
believe in
It's
control. You
toxic.
didn't let me
It
finish.
is
You want to put it
toxic.
in a box. That's called
To
a straw
tell
man.
a woman how to dress is toxic. It's
It
controlling.
depends on why. It depends on why.
There is no why. The
Yeah, there
why is
is.
control.
No,
That is the
no, it's
only
not.
one.
That's silly. That's
Jasmine,
silly. That's silly.
Jasmine, please don't you dare call me silly. You
You're
don't
trying to
know me
control
that
your
well.
daughter if you tell her not
You
to wear
don't
something
know me
covering
that
revealing.
well. You don't know me
If you're
that
trying to
well.
tell your daughter not to wear something revealing, is that controlling?
Amma,
Ah.
don't even try it. Don't even try it. Jasmine,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Jasmine,
I'm
you
here.
wanted to say
Sister, I'll
something
shut
about
up
the dressing stuff. Yeah, better shut up. Jasmine, go on.
Me, yeah, I was
because
like
I want to give you the comfortable lives.
Shut
That's
up,
all.
you were. Benzi.
Also, I just wanted to say one thing about the clothing thing is so funny to me, right? Because I would encourage Amma to look up an exhibit called "What Was She Wearing?" Right? And you will see it's an exhibit of people who have been victims of SA. And you see everything from pajamas, hoodies, hijab, niqab, children's clothes, baby clothes. There is nothing that you could wear or not wear that will stop somebody from
Anybody.
doing that.
You're
So
not
this
problem solving
idea that
nothing.
you telling a woman or a girl that if you should wear this thing for whatever reason, whatever you think you're doing, you're not doing it.
Well,
Because it
I
has
didn't actually say
shown,
that I
hold
tell
on, it
girls what
has
to
been
wear.
shown over time, over and over and over again, that clothes don't matter. You really want to protect your daughter from being hurt? I'll tell you how. You control yourself, because the number one perpetrator, the number one predator for SA in women and children is not a stranger. It is their spouse, it is their dad, it is their uncle, it is their brother, it's their boyfriend, it's their husband. Okay, it's not a stranger. So you want to protect your children? Yeah, protect them from yourself, protect them from the people that they know and the people that you know.
Excellent points, and I agree with you. I wasn't saying that men should tell women what to wear. I was saying that that's an
No, but
example
you
of.
say that one's an
No, hold
example
on,
Oh, let me
Amma.
of the
finish.
You
Let me
clothing.
said you
finish.
said they should, and then what did you say? You said there might be a reason, and I'm telling you there is no
There
reason.
is no
I'm
reason.
saying that
Amma,
males try
please
to.
stop. Please stop.
Because
Jasmine, you wanted to say something when it
Yeah,
comes to this clothing business.
you don't
Amma,
want you
please
don't want to
stop.
argue in good faith.
You're
That's why
giving
you
me,
don't want to
you're
listen.
giving me a headache. I said I'm way too hungover for stupidity today. I can't handle it.
And yet
Amma,
you're
give
indulging it.
C a
You're
chance to
basking in
talk.
it.
C wants to talk also. Give him a chance to talk.
yeah.
Jasmine wanted to say something around this clothing issue. Go ahead, Jasmine.
Around this clothing issue, like someone says that like men make better decisions. Example, telling women what to wear. Like what? In most houses, the women make the decisions. Mom, what are we eating this night? Mom, hospital um
Appointments.
appointments. Mom, when are we doing? Oh, babe, what are we eating this night? When are you going to see my mom? The mom makes the decision. But dad doesn't even know where the fucking salt is. Women make the decisions at home. What concerns outfits with decision making? I wear this night. What does that have to do with you being a leader? Because you're
It's
telling me what
control.
to wear. Like, what is the correlation? Women
It's
make
control.
most of the
Controlling.
yeah,
It's
women
control.
make most of the decision making at home, from down to feeding, down to appointments, school, even women that go to work, women that stay at home, they are the ones that make the decisions. They always
Yeah.
babe, what are we eating? When are we going shopping? When are the groceries going? When I go, I coming for my play, mom? When is the play? When is the mom? Mom is on her feet 247, organizing kid one, kid two, organizing husband. Mom makes the decisions because she's better at it. Women make better decisions at home. I'm not saying this automatically means women are leaders. No, they are both leaders. Men have their share or their little cake they do. But the
But
concept of men being leaders because they make the decisions, that's a lie. That's just a flat lie. Women make the decisions at home.
But if we
Women make
use his reasoning, that men should be leaders because they make better decisions, then it should be women who should be leaders then.
exactly, yeah, exactly, though.
Yeah.
That's true. And then there's this thing men do with generalizing. Men should be leaders, but not all men are rapists.
Right, because last time I checked, leaders don't ask for lists. They
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 don't ask
don't.
for
don't.
lists. Leaders don't ask, just tell me what to do, I'll do it. Leaders don't ask, where are we going? What time was it again?
So
Babe, what are we eating
let's
for
use
for dinner?
Ama's example of women like what did he say? Women don't like lies rather than harsh truths. The fact of the matter is he is generalizing when it comes to leadership. But most men won't actually agree the fact that just like you said, Jasmine, when it comes to generalizing about their bad traits, it's like no, you can't generalize.
Exactly.
So the same thing that he was trying to present to me is the same thing that he's presenting by himself. So like I said, most people will reflect themselves when they look in the mirror because they're just projecting exactly who they are. Mr. S, good evening. Unmute yourself, Mr. S.
Good evening. In fact, good morning. It's in the morning in South Africa. Listen, my only contribution here is to tell you, Chacha, that you are so arrogant and rude. You don't respect men, you are controlling. You can do that only to your husband, not to us. We're not going to allow your nonsense. We are not going to allow you
Keep
to insult
projecting.
us.
Keep
I am
projecting.
not scared of you. If you think I'm
Keep
scared of you,
projecting.
go to
Keep
hell.
projecting.
All
Mr.
of you are
S,
so rude. You are so demon
Mr.
possessed.
S, let me
Hey,
ask you a
go to hell.
question. Let me ask you a question. Why are you here every day if it bothers you so much the way that
He
I
even
talk?
said foot sec to me.
He is here every day, busy in the comments. Busy every single day. And every day he comes up to say, I just want to tell you that you are so rude. I'm not scared of you. And then he runs away and drops. You are scared. You are so rude. You have no respect for men. I have respect for men that are good people. I have respect for people that are good people. Even when I hear these are the leaders, you ladies like to call. Some people like to collect problems in society, Chef. These are the leaders. He's here every day, working really hard to make Shasha popular by commenting. And then he comes on the panel and says the same thing, and then he runs away like he's scared, like a little mouse. I won't bite.
The reason why some of us women are leading in the houses that men are not happy about, it's because you men have failed to come up and take your places, which has made us women to have the masculine in us, because we still have got a boy child that we need to raise. We still have got a girl child that we need to raise. So I am not going to sit down when I know that my man is useless, is in the house, and I can't take control in the house. Because if I don't stand as a man, that house is going to crumble down. They need somebody in that house. And unfortunately, us women, we multitask. That's how it is. We can be cooking and whilst we breastfeeding. We can be on the computer answering calls and everything. And we are doing something else, which is the thing that a man can never do. If a man is going to be working on the road, he will only know that I need to work on the road. He doesn't understand that I can multitask. I can wash clothes and cook at the same time. I can sweep the house and cook at the same time. Can a man do that? No, you can't. You'll all go, I don't know, ballistic. I can go to the shops and do so many things that you send your men to say, go and do a grocery shop. He'll come with you with just one loaf of bread. So tell us why you want us to follow you and submit when you know that we know very well we're going to submit into shit. You tell us.
I
Also,
have
guilt.
asked for weeks and weeks and weeks. Can somebody give me a real reason why it is particularly men who should be leaders, and why women are expected to be subjugated or to submit? What are they actually submitting to? And nobody can ever come with a real reasoned answer. As in, oh, it betters the relationship in this way. It's all men serving. Oh, she has to listen to my wishes. Oh, she has to do my choice. Blah, blah, blah. It's all about me. There's no growth for the relationship that's being spoken about. It's self-centered. It's all about wanting to control. And then there's people who come and say, no, you are taking it the wrong way. Leadership is not about that. Submission is not about that. And they try and sugarcoat it. But when you ask them to go deeper into their reasons and to actually cite examples, you will hear the controlling words coming out. You will hear things like choice, authority. You will hear things like, she give in to me, let me win. All of these things. There's nothing that is about actual growth for the relationship. This is why I say most of the time, most people stay poor because they just want to control the coochie, but they don't know where to get money from or how to actually improve the society they live in, because they're controlling the coochie. But we have a few new people. We have Wakaman. Good evening. How are you? Unmute yourself.
Unless you're scared.
All right. Good morning, everybody.
How are you?
It's morning in my own side. Very well, thank you. I mean, this is my first time being on your page, and to be honest, I find it quite interesting, intriguing, and very engaging. Like I like the fact that it's controversial. I like the fact that it's a heated debate, and I must say every speaker has done well. You see, when I first saw the topic, I was a bit drawn to the topic, and I felt like, oh wow, I just spoke about this thing in one of the groups before coming here, and I realized that fundamentally, let's be honest with ourselves. If we want to take topics like this, or if we want to speak to the true nature of these topics, we should first find out from what angle we'll decide to engage. I kind of try to speak to people and I tell them, when you come into a relationship, be it marriage, be it whatever form of relationship, you should be able to communicate and understand on what basis are we doing this relationship. The first time I saw this topic, I just knew that it was a phrase, or let me just say a sentence called from the Bible. And the
No,
question
it's
is,
not
even
the
if I'm
Bible.
no, no, I know. I'm just telling you where I could literally just rush to get it. I'm not saying that's correct. I don't know if you get my point.
Okay.
Because it's the Bible that hammers most times on, husbands, love your wives, women submit and stuff like that. You see, that's why I just literally had to say that. Now, the thing is, if you look at husbands are not leaders, who is a leader? That's the first thing. Leadership is not, it's not gender based. We must understand that. It's not gender based. Anybody can be a leader. As much as that person is able to, tick the checklist, whether a woman or a man, you can be a leader. Who is a leader? And most times in the family, let's be honest, like I keep telling people, I say women are more physiologically, emotionally oriented to lead in very dynamic ways that men don't even see as leadership, in quote. But that's the true nature of the whole leadership thing. But does that negate the fact that men also have their uniqueness to be able to stand in as men? I'll give you in the African context, because like I said, if you come biblically, Islamically, traditionally, or whichever way you want to approach it, it must have its own tenets. So if as an African man, and you come to tell me that husbands are not leaders, I would actually argue with you. But as a human being who has got some level of exposure, I will agree with you, because the truth is that your husband does not confer upon you leadership qualities automatically. It doesn't. But from the African mentality, people like what most husbands, what they think is the fact that I am your husband automatically makes me your leader. But in the head of a woman, she's like, you have to earn that position. You have to earn it. For you to become a leader, you have to earn it. And that's the truth. Who is a leader? One who would go first. A leader is the person who would direct, who would guide, who would go first, who would sacrifice. Are these not things that women do also? Are these not things that women do? Of course, women do them. As a matter of fact, women do even more, because for a man, the only thing is, like I say, culturally, it gives a man an edge to be able to come and say he's the one that chose to or decided to, ask your hand in marriage. He's the one that made the move. So that already makes him one step ahead of you. Now that's the cultural background we found ourselves in. Because you are the one that made the decision to say, but then forgetting that when you propose, it actually also gives the woman an opportunity to say yes or no. So you could actually propose to be married to somebody and she says she doesn't want to marry you because she doesn't see you as somebody who will be able to lead her. And then again, if you look at the uniqueness of most, I like to approach it in summary from both ends, from both sides. If you ask me if I have experienced women's leadership, I would say I think naturally and by experience, women are better leaders because they bring in emotion, they bring in intelligence, but the man is just logical. A man is logical. We just like to see things from one side of view. And that's why Amma was able to tell you that men like to go for engineering, men like to go for this, men like to go for that. Because those ones are just straightforward. You have to put in formula and you get what you want out of it.
Not thinking out
But
the
life
box.
is not usually like that. Exactly. Life is not like that. And that's one thing and today in the 21st century, today, what kind of leadership do we need? We need an all-inclusive leadership. So if you say husbands are not leaders, I agree with you that your husband does not automatically make you a leader. But if you choose to be a biblical husband or to be a traditional husband or to be an Islamic husband, and then you feel that because that tradition, that religion has conferred upon you a leadership position, that's the reason for a woman to be able to make it out in that particular marriage, she has to shatter the ceiling. But like I tell people, it is best to be in a relationship where conscience is at the center of it all. And when you put conscience at the center of it, where you will say, my wife does better in this aspect than I do. To be honest, there are men whom, till tomorrow, the backbone of their success is actually tied down to their partners.
Their wife, yeah.
And that's because they gave those women the opportunity to be able to lead. So I agree with you, but then, like I said, I also disagree with you on the part that because he's a husband, so it doesn't really matter. Anybody can be a leader as long as that person is willing to sacrifice, as long as that person is willing to direct, as long as that person is willing to go first and the person is willing to guide. That is what makes the person the leader, not necessarily because he's a husband. And as for the sake of submission, which is another side of it, if you see someone who, like I say to myself, superior alternative is what I believe in. If you see someone who has a better opinion, has a superior alternative than yourself, whether he's the husband or he's the wife, in the interest of the family, in the interest of the organization, would you say because the person is a woman, that's why we're not going to take her suggestion? Or would you say because the person, I was the one that went to marry the person, like they say in the part of the place I come from, I married you, you know? So if she's making sense, would you totally eliminate the fact that this woman is making sense and she's making a lot of progress with whatever ideology she's bringing, and then you say because you're the one that married her, you're going to actually jettison those things? No, submission should be not to human beings, but submission should be to ideologies. Submission should be to innovation. Submission should not just be to a personality. It should be to a certain goal. And on this premise, I think I've been able to contribute my 1 cent to your topic.
You've contributed very good sense because this submission is like it's just people looking for people to worship them so that they can fill up their ego. That's it. But at the end of the day, what is she submitting to? Why particularly the woman all the time? What if she's wise? What if she's got ideas that are better? What she's not gonna be able to expound on those because she's a woman? That's what the world did in the olden days when they stopped women going from school. When they said women cannot read, women shouldn't read or write, women shouldn't practice medicine, and they called them witches. That's what happened because they thought on account of being a woman, you must not have sense. And I ask guys every single day, at what point after you marry somebody, does she stop thinking for herself? When you met her, she was protected. When you met her, she was innovative. When you met her, she was surviving. She was living. She was absolutely managing her life. She was doing all these things. When did you now place her, start living with her, and all of a sudden her mind stopped working? And women who agree with submission, when do you get married and your mind stop working? Why would your mind stop working? Personally, I think it's stupidity to be wanting to be with somebody who can't think. Because you're going to have things in life that are going to draw you back, and you're not going to have the support system to say, listen, we've got this as a couple and we can tackle it together because we're both clever and we are both equally able to deduce what is right and what is wrong. If you want a woman who is a mumu, you're going to be behind other men. Your family is going to be behind other families. If you want a woman who does not contribute anything, you're going to struggle. Because you're doing everything by yourself because you want your wife to be, oh no, my husband is a king. I just sit and wait to be told what to do. And I say, yes, Papa, yes, Daddy, yes, everything to everything he says. I would rather people date people with sense. People marry people with sense. So you can have successful families. You can all be into commerce. You can build businesses. You can build futures for your children. Listen, let me tell you about X School of Life. That guy will tell men every single day, hey, you don't need to love your wife. You don't need to be emotionally connected to her. Just go and earn money and then you should be the leader. She should submit to you. That's what a good woman would do. But himself doesn't have a job. He sits on the phone every single day and falls asleep on TikTok. He doesn't have a job. His wife is the one who goes to work. And today, the saddest thing is his daughter walked in on the live. She was crying. She needed his attention. He ignored her like she's not a human being. And he was now berating me and judging me and saying, I have failed my kids, when he is failing his child right in front of everyone. 300 people by the time I joined were watching. 300 people witnessed him ignore his child's emotional needs when maybe they were hurt, maybe something is wrong, maybe their nappy is full, they need changing. He's just like, he called his other daughter, please come and take it, come and take it. And then he handed her phone and ignored it. And yet he said, I'm a present father. I am a present father. I'm actually here. You're not there. You're on the phone. And these are some of the guys that women are submitting to. At the meantime, she is submitting to what? Because she's at work, he's sitting at home on his swivel chair telling people what to do. But he doesn't actually live that kind of lifestyle himself. So this submission and leadership thing, it's a fallacy that people like to believe in because they were told because of your gender, that's where you need to be. But they don't actually look as what is being contributed by this leader, what is being contributed by this submissive, what is actually happening. If people focus more on, let's have a goal as a couple. Let's create, by 5 years, let's have 5 properties. By 5 years later, let me go back to X School of Life. I once went on and schooled him. When do you teach the husbands to have an insurance policy? So if anything ever happens to them, their wives that they're carrying to all diaspora will not go hungry, will not be deported. Their children will manage to go to university and to college. They will be able to sustain their households and pay bills. When do you teach men to do that? Never. You just think because I went and worked at a care home somewhere and I got paid my £12 an hour. In fact, it's £10.50 an hour. Then my wife should kneel on her feet and cook for me every single day. That's it. What about the actual things that a leader should be doing? Preparing for the future, guiding the family into what is needed so that our children will never go without whatever happens to mommy or daddy. When does that happen? Some of these people, they're teaching about this submission and leadership, but they don't actually have any success in their own lives. And then you have to look at the lies as well, the lies that they're teaching you and telling you. Let me tell you something. Today he was telling people, if I choose to pay the mortgage, my wife doesn't have to know about that because I'm a leader. I said, you don't have a house. You don't have a mortgage. You have never bought a house in England. Stop lying to people.
Exactly. That's a lie. Because you can't have a mortgage without, if you're living with your wife, your wife should know about it. How did you do
If
it?
she's the one going to work and actually getting the paycheck, you can't get a mortgage because
Exactly.
you don't have a credit rating. She has a credit rating. You don't fucking have anything. So the mortgage, if it exists, it's in her name. So stop lying. He gets roses on TikTok and tells men you should be a leader whilst he's working for roses. Today he was live for hours. Not even one gift was sent to him. And still he's telling men you should be leaders. Your wife should submit to you. Fucking people,
Also
listen, wake
those
up.
also those men that like wait for their wives to come home before anyone eats. Like a
And
guy,
they don't
maybe
cook,
they work
Jazz.
from 8:30 to 3 p.m. Wife works from 8 to 4. They would come home, kid is literally starving. Like, dad, I'm hungry. And they would do nothing about it. Your
They'll say your
child
mother is
is
coming.
starving in front of you, and you will do nothing about it. You still
Where's
open
the
mouth, call yourself
leadership?
leader.
Where's
Leader
the
of what?
leadership? A
You will
leader
wait for
would
a
have
woman that's
empathy.
exhausted. Come back. Where have you been? The kids are hungry. Then what the fuck are you doing here? The kids are hungry. Why didn't you make something for them to eat? These are children. If it's only you in the house, that's stupid, yeah. But the children,
In fact, I should report him for child neglect because every single time he's on that TikTok, there's a
Stop.
baby in that house. The other kids who go to school are not always there. I should report him to Child Protection Services because he's neglecting that child when his wife is at work. That's the truth.
And I also
Because I've
think
already told him I'm going to sue him for the defamation that he has done on me and my children and my ex. I'm already going to sue him for that, but I am going to report him for child neglect because he needs to be shut down. He's teaching men the wrong thing. He's teaching men in diaspora to be misogynistic. These men are going to end up getting arrested because the countries that they are living in, there are rules and regulations that stop
Yes.
certain crimes being committed to your partner, coercion, manipulation, abuse, mental, emotional, all of those things. He's teaching these guys, and I've been on that platform and I said, you need to be very careful. Because the minute you are talking about submission, you are talking about coercing
Yeah.
somebody into doing what you want. These people are going to get arrested and it's going to be on you.
Cha,
Because
if
most
you
of these guys will even talk about if she needs to, when I need schmecks at night, she needs to do it because she's my wife. That's great.
Cha, if he's in UK, right? The thing is that unless if he's not working, because if he's working with that kind of a behavior and he's on a platform telling people to do that, he's
He
going to
doesn't have
lose
a
his
job.
job.
He doesn't have a job. He goes live every single day. Normally, I go live only 5 or 4 days a week. He goes live every single day and he falls asleep on live stream. He actually falls asleep because he doesn't even sleep at night. He'll be live all day, live all night. He will stay on live.
So
He
when
doesn't
does
have a
he have,
job.
he's a leader, when does he have the time for family?
Never. Because that's why I said there's child neglect going on in his household.
And I also think, a lot of men, they mess up the meaning
Not it's full of love. Yeah.
leader versus like dictator, right? Like
Yes.
a leader is a servant of the people. A leader does not ask what you can do for me, but a leader does for others, right? A leader is not telling people what to wear, what to do. They are literally there to be an example of the kind of person you should be and be a support system to guide you and help you and be there for you to do for you. Right? Leaders, if you look at it like a wolf pack or even like a lion pack, the leader, he's in the back because he has to watch everyone to make sure that they're okay. He's the one that's putting himself at risk, sacrificing himself. These men, they want to be in the front of the pack. They want to be in the most safest position. They want to be taken care of. That does not look like a leader to me. That looks like a baby.
It's a baby.
And then the way
It's a
they
baby.
like
I'd like to add, I
gaslight
also like
women
to add the
into the
fact
word
that
submission. They'd be like,
it's,
you submitting doesn't make you weak. You submitting doesn't mean we won't respect you. Submission is even what makes you a mighty woman. Why don't you submit then? Why don't you
If it
submit
makes
to
you a
me?
mighty person, why
If
don't
it
you
makes
submit
me
to
mighty,
yourself?
they submission is like submission is an English word. It simply means shrinking yourself for somebody else, bending
Mm-hmm.
yourself in someone else's will. Simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's an English
For
word.
the
Why?
authority.
It makes you a mighty woman. Submission is why don't you submit then? Why don't you submit to me
They
if it
like
makes me
to
a
be
mighty
called
person?
I always
alphas.
like
wanted
to,
to
I
say
like
for
to
now.
say this, and I would say it again. Sorry for butting in. I like to say this, and I will say it again. Any day, someone whom is in charge of a particular organization or a process or whatever has to reiterate and remind people of his position, then there is a problem. I'll give you an instance. For the fact that the man is the head of the home and he has to keep usurping and saying, I'm the head of the home, I'm the head of this house, of course, there's already a problem. There's a problem. And it's a serious problem. So the issue of submission arising, you're not submitting, you should submit. That home is defective already. That's the truth. Because in a place where things work together, where there is partnership, there is understanding, like I said earlier, I would graciously and gladly submit to an idea that is superior to mine, irrespective of whoever is bringing it, whether my wife or my daughter. And that's the goal of leadership. You might be the head of a home, that's a figurehead. You can have in an organization, somebody is the CEO, but the team lead is the one driving that particular department or driving that particular organization. So you might just be a figurative head, you might even be a ceremonial head, but the real leader in that context, in that home, might be the woman. It might even be your grown-up daughter. So for me, the understanding of this leadership, how we're putting it here is, you might lead from the back, you might lead from the middle. You see? So that's my own ideology of the whole thing. So that the man The example you've painted about whoever this person is now, to be honest, that's not a leader. That's not a
He's
leader.
Igbo. He's Igbo from
Someone who sits
Nigeria.
down and says, I am Igbo too. I'm Nigerian and I have a chieftaincy title from Igbo land. I'm not joking about it. I'm Igbo, I'm Nigerian, and I have a chieftaincy title from Igbo land. So
He's
it's not a
disappointed.
thing of the funny thing about it is you don't even lead people that way. That's the truth. You don't lead people that way. You can't influence. People want to achieve control, whereas the better thing is to influence people. Influence is different from control. Your character, your disposition, responsibility is the ability to what? Respond. In as much as the kitchen is not my mainstay, I might not know so much. And that's the reason I might even have to admonish women to teach their male children. Because people like us who are not Gen Z, we are millennials, we are not privileged to have known all this kitchen stuff and the rest. The best I do is to hire a chef to make the home. But if I have a daughter who is hungry and my wife is not around, I don't have to wait for her. I have to respond. That's my duty. I'm a provider. If the worst case scenario, if I know I cannot even light a match or do anything in the kitchen, I'll drive that child out to a restaurant and feed those children or feed that child. That's what responsibility is about.
And can I
So that
please?
man has no excuse whatsoever. I think he has an insecurity problem because he is not at the place where he wants to be. So he's actually pushing his insecurity to people. And to be honest, we are all adults. We should be able to filter what works for us and what will destroy our homes. That's the truth. No Igbo man will come to tell me, yes, there are culture in Igbo land that makes us believe that, okay, a man should. That's the same way there are duties that are assigned to women. There is uniqueness in our culture. So that does not make him, more, will I say, more naturally designed to be better rough than the woman. That's not true. That's not true. And I can contest it anywhere, any day, anytime.
Can I
So
just add?
I think he's not a good reflection and image for the Igbo husbands that are good and better leaders. That's the truth. So
Can I?
let's not even
Can I just?
attribute it to being Igbo.
Can I just add to that really quickly? Like, there's a huge difference between management and leadership. Like, well, I say good loosely, but managers will focus on process. They'll focus on, oh, well, you should be doing this, this, and this in confines of this process and blah, 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 blah. But leaders, there's an element of being able to inspire people. There's an element of being able to say, oh, this person doesn't want to do this role, but I'm going to inspire them to see the fullness of what they can achieve. And if you're not emotionally intelligent or emotionally grounded or able to emotionally read people, you will never know how to inspire them. Some people, they don't have the skill to be able to do the job well. Some people, they don't have the want to do the job well. How can you differentiate between somebody who has a skill issue or a will issue? And if you're not a good leader, you will never know the difference. And this is why I agree with what you were saying, sir. Like, just in the sense that leadership is about inspiration and seeing between the lines and understanding what makes somebody motivated or what makes somebody tick. Because it's not every woman that will be motivated by money. And it's not every man that will be motivated by smecks. If you want to motivate your partner, you have to know them as an individual for who they are and what they value. And I just think it's so tiring when I hear men say, oh, women are just motivated by this. And equally when I hear women say, well, men are just motivated by this. No. Do you know your partner? Do you value your partner for who they are? And if you do, you shouldn't be looking for a position of leadership or looking for a position of management or trying to dominate over the other person. It's a mutual effort to make the relationship and the family and the unit work. It's just really that simple. Like, if you need to be in charge, whether you're a man or a woman, if you need to be in charge so badly, that's not a partnership. That's not a marriage. That's not anything other than you just wanting to seek some sort of like childhood revenge or childhood trauma that you need to exert that over somebody else. It's really not that deep.
Vids.
Hi.
Yeah, you okay?
Yeah, I'm great. The conversation tonight has been excellent, by the way. I just wanted to add a few things. So, first, in terms of like addressing the prompt, husbands are not are not leaders and wives should not submit. Obviously, I agree, they're not leaders, and I think one way to quantify that or understand that is just to look at the research that's being done currently around, or has been done recently, around the fact that men highly benefit from marriage. They live longer, they make more money, they report high levels of satisfaction, high levels of happiness, while marriage seems to, unlike what the common rhetoric is that women are less happy, that it seems to just not have that much of an effect on their happiness. A married woman will likely make less money than a woman that stays single. There are several reasons as to that. You can look at that from a choosing type of family perspective or whatever. But a lot of the time, if you look at marriage and how it affects women, there isn't an addition to the quality of life by getting married. Now, when you then look at the fact that if men were truly leading in their homes, considering that most families, if we talk about the moderate view, most families do have a leaning towards, okay, the man is a leader or the man is doing whatever in order, I'm going to try and respect him or I'm going to try and do whatever, because that's how we've all been socialized, right? So there must be something about that structure that's not working to maintain or promote women in their homes or outside of their home. So I think that's something to consider. Something that has been brought up in this conversation quite a lot by some of the men who are for the prompt and against the prompt is this like logic reasoning that like men are incredibly logical, and so for some people it's been like seen as a dumbed down statement of, oh, we're just silly, we just are logical, and for others it's like, oh, they make really logical decisions. The reality is the world has a lot of complex factors, and you can't make a logical decision without considering emotion, empathy, how things might affect other people around you. You cannot make a purely logical decision. Making a purely logical decision in and of itself is illogical. So like that whole ideology is strange to me. Outside of that, there is also the factor that jobs that are considered to be logical jobs. So if you now look at the promotion of women in STEM, the fact that the amount of the women that are going to university are graduating and outperforming men in several factors, Black women especially are doing so. And that's not just in the usual topics that you would consider that women to study. That's also in what you might consider hard areas of education. So that's law, science, and education. So when you're looking at that and you're seeing that once women have had the opportunity to enter those spaces, it's only been about 50 years and we're already starting to outperform men within those spaces. So I don't see how we can justify or even come to any kind of conclusion that women are less logical than men or more emotional than men, or we don't make rational decisions. Even when you look at female-owned businesses, they're seen to be better investments because they have more steady growth. They're less likely to take as much risk. And that's when you can then start looking at, okay, there are some differences between men and women. Women tend to be more risk adverse. Men tend to lean more into risk. That can have positives and negatives. But the reality is we all have feminine and masculine qualities, or I don't even like to coin it that way, but that's like the rhetoric of the way that people speak right now. So fine, soft and hard skills or whatever. We all have those things. And I think we'll have much better family units and much more beautiful love stories if we just stopped holding on to these reins and roles and positions of what we should be doing and should not be doing, and leaned into our strengths and loved each other for it, rather than being in our homes and marriages and being jealous. Because that's the reality of what it is. It's pure jealousy when you're seeing that the love and affection and the order and design that your wife is infiltrating into your home, and the honor that their children are putting on their mothers because of how much sacrifice and because of their leadership. You're jealous of her. And instead of being like, okay, I want to learn these skills, I want to learn from my wife. This person is a mirror to me. She's showing me my flaws. She's showing me where I could develop. I can improve myself in this situation. Instead, you are taking this hammer, whether you got it from religion, whether you got it from society, and you're banging it on her head and threatening her with abuse, with the fact that she might be left, that she's going to be a shamed woman in society, that people are not going to respect her because she's not a wife, blah, 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 blah. And on that note, and this is going to be the last thing that I say, I think as women, sometimes we fall into the trap of the benevolent patriarchy. which is this idea that there's going to be this perfect man that will lead perfectly and we just need to find this person. Or perhaps if I sit more in my femininity, if I just know how to act, if I just know how to behave, maybe he's going to step up, or I can inspire this great masculinity in him. But the reality is, you are a person that was put on this earth with a head on your damn shoulders. You were educated by your mother and father. You went to school, you got those A's, you got those B's, you got those C's. You did what you were supposed to do, and you have a mouth to speak, and you should be respected for what you do. And your contribution, whether that is in the home or outside the home, should be considered of great value. And don't allow these guys to then come and be like, oh, yeah, you want to work, you want to do this, but a woman's value is in the home. It's so beautiful. When a woman is in her divine feminine, blah, 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 blah. The reality is, whatever you do choose, and I'm not necessarily a choice feminist, but I don't want to go into all of that, but whatever you do choose, it is of great value. It is fantastic. And honestly, if you need to question your own self and your own patriarchal views and start thinking, you know what, I have coin in my pocket, I can look after myself, maybe I need to go for someone who loves me for me. And he might not be the big provided man. He might not be the one walking around and everybody is like bound to him or doing whatever. But someone that respects you, honors you for who you are, and is also going to contribute his own. I'm not saying go for a bum, that's not what I'm saying. But go for someone that truly respects you. And I think you'll get a lot more fulfillment, and we'll start to get a lot more of the benefits that husbands have been getting from marriage that we have not been historically getting. And you see. Thank you.
Round of
Tried very many
applause.
times, very many times to explain to people that there is no logical decision that is ever made without an emotion. Any decision you make is fueled by how you feel about the situation. So when people say men are more logical, women are more emotional, no. Women just show their emotions out loudly. Men hold on to their emotions and pretend they don't have any. But there is not one decision any human being would ever make without feeling some type of way about it. And the feeling is part of your emotions. So, and the problem with suppressing your emotions is the reason why we have more guys who actually create more violent crimes in society and who end up raping women or their own wife or their own child. Where is the logic in that? We also have men who lose their families because they went and cheated. Where is the logic in that? We have males who have been arrested for holding down their women, and I can't use the words because TikTok will trigger. Where is the logic in that? We have guys who will want to subjugate a woman on account of just her female gender. Where is the logic in that? They don't do any actual research or actual emotional, they don't apply their emotions in order to have empathy, reasoning enough to care about other people, reasoning enough to say, if I do this, it's going to give me a negative result. So there's no logic in it. So by that effect, women are more logical because they keep themselves safe and other people safe and don't create things that will cause them problems in society. And men are more emotional because they hide their emotions. And the only emotion they feel free to show is anger. That's how they end up making bad decisions, because they get into fight or flight without actually figuring out what is the actual good decision to make in this situation. Oh, I saw a girl walking alone at night. Let me leave it. No. Oh, I felt something in my pants. Let me just act on it. That's it. Without actually thinking about the consequences. So there is no logic in a lot of decisions that a lot of guys make in society. And this proves that they are not actual leaders, because you don't think about the people around you before making a decision. It's all about what you want. That's why when I go through the questions throughout the last 6 weeks, most of the answers I get from guys is, oh, I should be a leader because she needs to follow my choices. She needs to follow my mission. If she is a submissive, then she makes me feel like this. It's all about me, not the success of the family. But Mr. Price, is it Mr. Price or Mr. President?
Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. President. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for this opportunity. I would like to say thank you for everyone here. And I'm thankful for all the contributions. So what I want to say here is that, is to put all these things in one category and make it very clear is that when if you are a woman, then you need to believe that you are a woman. So you need to believe you need to put yourself in the position as a woman. So if I'm a man, then I need to believe to put myself in a position of a man, because that is how the creation is. God created us and give us a different role. So my role is very different from a woman. So a woman has a different role as a woman. So the argument is not making sense, because if you actually arguing in something that you're not supposed to actually to come here and tell me that because I'm a woman, I'm treated because of this and that and that. No, it's not supposed to work like that one. So what we want to understand here as individual is because that if you have the right to do what you have to do, then so believe it yourself. So I'm a man. I believe that actually, if I have a woman as my wife, I know how to treat that woman carefully. So the same way, if you are a woman and you believe that actually you are good, maybe, for example, that you got married, so you need to treat your man the way that he wanted to be treated. So women are not just a physically human being. So they are a spiritual human being, and the same thing also apply to the man. So do not actually generalize things like maybe because women need to be treated in a specific way. No. So are you applying the same principle to be treated? No. So do you believe that actually the man that you are talking about now, that they take responsibility of everything in life? So why don't you believe that actually if a man need to be treated the same way that women need to be treated? So can you accept that? No, because we all the same. We breathe the same air. We have the same treatment, and we believe that actually human being is just is a natural being. So there's no doubt about that one. So if I want to be treated the same way you want to be treated, then let's do it together. So what is woman? There's no woman, there's no man. So we all human beings. So we need to understand that. So if a woman need to be greater, so he should be responsible for everything that she needs. So why should we put the man in target? Why should we put the man in target? That man is a provider. Why men need to do this and men need to do that and so on? No. So you should blame yourself, because so as a woman, so what is your role? You need to know your role. What is your role? What are you capable of? What can you bring to the table? So the people are you just coming in and argue and say that, okay, because I'm a woman, I'm treated because of this. No, you're not. You are treated because of your role. What is your role? What can you bring to the table?
And what's the role of a woman, Mr. President?
Sorry?
What is the role of a wife or a woman?
Okay, the role of a woman is to take care of each other, and to understand that life is valuable. Life is understanding. So if you don't understand, if you don't understand the life yourself as a woman, so how would you expect me to understand life as well? Because you do not understand that one. Because as a wife, so you need to know, you need to acknowledge my purpose. You need to understand me.
Who's next? The guy, what is it? Mpendu. Mpendu, unmute yourself. Give
I'm
us
so
your.
sorry, but like so Mr. President, should husbands lead or not? I don't really understand.
The president has broken the table. He has said there's no husband, there's no wife. You guys are still asking him questions. He has broken the table. He has shattered it. There's
But
no
then he
husband,
also
there's no
says
wife.
the duty. But then
The
he
duty
also
of a
says
woman is
there's
to understand.
a role of a woman and a role of a man. But then, so which
So
one
he's,
is
he's
it? We
saying
want.
if you're assigning role to a man, we should all be human beings. That's the take home there. Simple. We should all be human beings.
Mr. President, which side do you think husbands should be leaders and wives should submit? Yes or no? I don't know.
Okay. Now the thing is clear. So there's no submission. There's no submission. It's that if you, for example, now you know your role. You know what you are capable of. You know what you do.
Right. Yeah. You know what you're good at. I see what
Yeah,
you mean.
you know
You
what
know what
you.
you're good at, so there's
Yeah,
no
so we
submission.
know. Yeah. You know what you're good at. So for example, so you are a woman. I'm a man. Okay, you know what are you supposed to do as a woman? I know what I'm supposed to do as a man. So
That's
there's
it.
no argument. There's no argument about that one.
Mhm.
So if you just come here, you need to prove the point that because I am a woman that I'm supposed to be treated like this one. As a man, I know exactly how to treat my woman. So as you are a woman, also you know how to treat your man. So there's no point here to prove. So the problem is that the society, twisted the point around here, and they try to put everything around. Even they're saying that okay, this is because what do we call feminism. So they try to to encourage the women to fight for their right. So there's no right actually. Women have no right and men have no right. So we all individual and we have the same right. Men need to be treated good and women also need to be treated good. So but the most important thing is that one each and every one of us need to know his role. So you need to play your role carefully. That what I'm
Thank you. Thank you. Let's get in Pendu. Unmute yourself. Are you there? Or maybe you are sleeping. Do you want to say something? Okay. Let's see. Because this person is not responding, I ain't got all day. I was supposed to finish at 12 tonight, but it's what it is. It is what it is. We'll try and finish in about in the next 28 minutes. Let's see how that goes. World something is joining. Oh, let's see. There's about 13 people requesting. Guys, if you're requesting, you're gonna have to wait your turn to be added up because it takes as long as it takes for people to get through what they want to get through and get things off the chest. Kate, good evening. You there? Ooh, there's a feedback. Kate, are you there? Peter, for real. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what's your own take on the topic?
Oh, thank you. I think the topic is a good one because this is where we are in 21st century, like husbands and wife, we're both equal and we play the same role, especially in the Western world. What do I mean? Like Western Europe, North America, Canada, US, Australia, New Zealand. We live a kind of life that is equality because we both make income. We both file our tax together. I cook as a man, as a husband. I cook, I clean. My wife cook, clean too. We don't We don't even tell each other cook or clean. We just do it. Once you have the time, you go for it. We both take care of our children. I think men we stop having heart attack now with this kind of equality, unity. We're not gonna die young anymore. You know, if you look at our parents, they sacrifice all their lives, like calling themselves provider, and the world celebrate them as provider. They end up dying before their time, you know, just because they want to provide. They actually sacrifice a lot. At the end of the day, you know, they become empty at old age because the mom we go and spend time with the kids abroad somewhere, and the dad who sacrificed everything when they were growing, he stayed at home and he's lonely. He unalive alone because the mom went to spend time with the kids abroad, you know. I think at this age we are both equal and it's very enjoyable so that men can live longer. We will not unalive young like our dad or our parents. We both be equal and we grow old together. And partnership is so interesting because it's the order of the day. I want to say this to the men in the house. Please, before you go into a relationship, try to know the lady. What I mean is that, you know, like in the Western world, it's very easy. You go to a restaurant, you talk about your expectation, you talk about what you want out of life. Get to know the lady because there's some lady out there that is going to be loyal to you. She's going to protect you. Ladies are protectors. In the past, it was men. But I'm telling you, if you call yourself a man and you want to be a protector, what about if your lady called the police on you? You're going to be handcuffed, walk out from your home, you know? So ladies can protect you somehow. But you have to find the right one. You have to find a lady that respect you, that love you. And the respect will go both way. I think it's men that have to be patient because we are the one that invite ladies into our kingdom. And before you know it, she's going to be part of your kingdom. And both of you are going to be equal and you're going to have a good life together. But if you are the guy, you want to be called leader and you want to be providing 100%, just know that you're doing it for nothing. Don't expect the lady to praise you because you're still going to end up cooking for the lady. Even though you're providing 100%, be ready to cook and clean too with your 100%. So, and if you ever divorce, she's going to take half of it. Even though you pay 100%, she's taking half of it if you ever divorce. So why don't you partner? Why don't you create what is called partnership and both of you equal and you're going to have a great life together. You're going to go places and you're going to be putting your money together and you're going to live whole. The joyful thing is that you guys are going to live old together. It won't be like the olden days when men sacrifice everything and they honor life before the ladies. I think it's time for men to stop having heart attack. You know, partner with the lady, but make sure you know her well before you invite her to your kingdom. And she's gonna be your equal, and both of you are gonna respect each other. There's nothing like roles. There's no role for men. There's no role for lady. You guys it's just like when you walk in a place that they are very cooperative. Nobody tells you what to do. You just keep busy. You know, you come home, there's no food. Just cook for everybody. You come home, it is untidy, tidy it up. You know, it's kind of sweet when you roll like that because you don't tell each other roll. There's no responsibility. You know, guys just fix things. You just do things together. There's no timing for jiggy jiggy. Jiggy jiggy just happens, you know. It just flows. And you're gonna be in the moon. I'm telling you, life is beautiful when it's partnership. Gone are the days when we talk about roles, when we talk about Bible, Bible can save you when you are doomed. I'm telling you, when you call yourself protector and you are bragging your shoulder and you're talking Bible, you will not be saved. You're gonna suck it in. Walk out that house you paid for. Like men, be wise up, grow up. What for me today,
Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I want
like
I want to answer.
like
I
today,
want
what they call men are people who have emotional control, people who have emotional intelligence, people who can handle prayer. I think that's masculine nowadays. It's not provision, it's not protection. The lady can protect you, and both of you can provide.
Thank you, Peter, for your submission. 360, good evening.
Good evening.
Just a second, please. I just wanted to just point out something. Are we missing something from this topic? Because the topic is saying husbands are not leaders and wives should not submit. Now we're making it man, woman. Does it mean that automatically every man is a husband? I just want to ask because I really need to be clear about the topic so that we don't lose focus of the topic.
Okay,
I suppose every husband is a male. I suppose every husband is a man. Every wife is a
I
female.
would answer his question. I would answer his question. So what he's
That's
saying?
syllogism. That's syllogism. And if you say every husband is a man, but not every man is a husband, but most of the contributors are just focusing on men, women. You understand? Because
Yeah.
we're talking about leadership here. Husbands are not leaders. So the fact
No,
that you're a husband, does it automatically make you a leader? That's what the topic is talking about. So I don't know if we're missing it.
brother. There's no leadership.
Husband and wife is a gender thing. Husband, male.
There's no leadership.
Wife, female. But it has nothing to do with roles. It has nothing to do with responsibilities.
Let me
It
say
has
this.
nothing to do with protection or provision.
Yeah, let
A wife could be a provider. A wife could be a protector. Those roles have changed. They have evolved. Like they are gone at those days when men were protector and provider. It's gone forever. I think we
You're
have
not
to
getting my point.
rethink.
No, Mr. Peter, you're not getting my point. You focused more on saying
listen,
men and women. But I'm
I
just
mean,
trying
I
to
suppose,
redirect you to the topic, talking about
yeah,
husbands.
he's making it better now and explaining it as in husband and
Yeah,
wife.
husband is a man, wife is a woman. Okay, let me flip it. In most African countries, because of economic reason, in most African country, because of economic reason, the women don't fall in love before they marry, just because they are materialistic. I'm talking generally. Majority of African country have ladies that are so materialistic and they go with men that have resources like money. Then what do you expect? It will just be like the old good days, when men were the provider and women just say, yes, sir. That is possible in African context, in African culture. But when you come to the Western society, Western Europe, US, Canada, that's not possible because we're both equal here.
Listen, guys. Listen.
It's
I would
partnership in Western world.
let me say this. Let
Can
me
I
say this
speak
very
now?
clear. Yeah. Let me say. Let me say this.
Mr. President, okay, 360. Just let Mr. President take 2 minutes, just 2 minutes, because you said a lot. 360
Let me
wants to
say.
speak.
Let me say this one because you guys misunderstood the point here, and then
Okay.
you took all these things personally. So when we talk about women and we talk about men, it's so it actually applies to yourself. It applies to you as individual. So when you talk about a woman is someone that who is capable of everything. She know everything. She know who you are. She know what you are doing. Okay. So
Okay.
let understand this one. So when you talk about a woman, maybe you talk about the role. So you need to know exactly so who you are, what you want to do, as so what you are supposed to do as a man. So I have a 2 minute now, but
Okay.
so yeah, let
We
me say
have
this
two
one.
I'll
kinds of
only do
women.
two
We have the
minutes.
modern
Let
women and we have the
okay.
traditional
Let
women.
me finish.
Yeah, let's
The modern
let
women want
360 speak.
partnership. The
Okay, let me
traditional
finish.
Let
women
360
want
speak.
something else that is old school. So
Let 360 speak. Wait, Peter, wait. Let 360 speak because she's been waiting and the time is going. I don't want
Yeah.
to stay awake for too long. I've got the school run tomorrow. 360, go ahead.
Thank you, Shasha. Okay, I'm in my 40s, and in my 20s, I've done a long term relationship where we did 50-50, the male and female, he and I. And then later in my 20s, I was the breadwinner whilst my man covered everything else, including love, peace, a safe zone, somewhere for us to grow together. Um, he, there was a bit of a letdown with the job, although he did follow me into university. Um, again, I was born in 1970s, and I was born into a household with two parents who did 50-50, and my grandparents did 50-50. My parents were not in religion, but my grandparents were, but not fanatics, for want of a better word. I also remember phrases such as my other half, my partner, and two heads are better than one. Um, I just don't understand this lead thing, because not every time, if the man lost his job tomorrow, I've had this conversation with someone. I said, well, if somebody dies tomorrow, unalives tomorrow, and I'm left being the follower, how would I know to pick up the pieces from there? Because at times,
Exactly.
no offense, but at times being the follower is leaving women to pick up the pieces after a man loses his job or gets unalived, which impacts on the children. And that's no offense in any way. That's just what I've seen over my lifetime being on this planet. I also know of an African man who is living in America, who's teaching the fullness of his spiritual system, who has 6 children, once 12, has 6 children, and he he does 50-50. He explains it. He's even got on and said he doesn't know what's going on with some of the men of today. You have to be there to support your wife more than money. And I think that's where a lot of people are missing out. I'm not sure if you knew of Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels did a video once where he said he wants a woman to do everything whilst he goes
Yep.
out and works. And then he will come in at the end of the day, just check over the child's work, and then they all go to bed and start the day again. And that instantly says misery for the woman, misery for the relationship, misery for the child. To me, that's what it says to me. But I've always found that the best relationships are 100% from the woman, 100% from the man, which is in total 50-50 each. 70-30, 60-40, 50-50, both are bringing an income. Even if the woman's a stay-at-home mom and she's got her own business, her own income making. I've seen them as the best relationships in all of my lifetime. There's only few numbers that can say, yes, the man's the provider, and he's not giving her head works, he's not giving her extra pressure, he's not an extra child for her to take care of. But yeah, the best relationships I've both seen and experienced are 50-50 or 100-100, because somebody's going to say, well, 50-50 isn't, because for some reason we're in that childish age at the moment in the world.
Jasmine, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thanks so much,
That's
360. Thank you
okay.
for that
Bye.
contribution. Thank you. I was saying good night to Jasmine. Thank you.
Bye.
Queen, do you want to say hello and meet yourself? Queen, are you there? And do you know what's funny? Most of the time, women are not asking to be the leaders, because everybody always says, well, if the husband is not a leader, then who should be a leader? It's so easy to coexist, to just coexist, respect each other's opinion, respect each other's contribution, and just be good to each other. If a relationship is already in competition, to say, I have more power over you, you've done it wrong and you're going to lose. Because at some point, your partner is going to feel taken advantage of and not seen properly, and they're going to resent you and they're going to want to run away from you.
Well,
Can I add
just,
something to you
just
I
the
just said?
president.
Like this
The
issue of
president. The
leadership
president is
that
doing
some
well.
people talked about. Like
I know.
as
Our women. Our
Wait,
women.
Mr. President. Wait, Mr.
I say
President.
I just want to contribute to what you have just said. Like I know understand what some people say when they talk about leadership. They're talking about they don't want to be in trouble or in danger or do something harm when they are co-parenting the same house. I think the way out, because in my own case we don't have the issue of leadership thing. When something, if I suggest something just because I know the consequence, if she doesn't agree, I'll say I'm gonna land with you. We suck it in, whatever happens, but I suspect this might happen. I'll suck it in, I'll land with you. Then
Hello, good evening.
after the consequence, we move on and get better. I think it's better that way. What that means is that we both learn and we grow. If when you are suggesting something, you just say the consequence, what could happen. And if she doesn't figure it out, you both suck it in, it happens, you both learn and move on. Like see,
Good
50
evening.
50 is so sweet. Like I live in Canada, and I remember when I wanted to look for a spouse, I couldn't find an African lady. I ended up with a Canadian white lady just because I was looking for 50 50. Most African ladies see me as a provider and they want me also to cook and clean and do. I don't have problem with cooking and cleaning. I do, but I can't be 100% provider and same time see doing cooking and cleaning because I'll resent it because I will not see us as equal. That's a problem with some men when they provide 100% and the lady doesn't provide financially. They don't want to do cleaning and cooking just because they would just feel like that's the only place they see as your office. Like they see themselves as the old school husband. So they provide 100% as old school husband, and they see the woman we play the role of cooking and cleaning and taking care of the kids. That's old school. So, but in Western country, men who do that, they get into trouble quickly. It can't work anymore. But men who want to be 100% provider do. At the
Boss,
same time,
please,
you will
can I
cook
say
and clean.
something?
You will cook and
Peter,
clean.
Peter, let's
He
Queen
keep on
speak.
repeating himself. Please, can I talk?
Go ahead.
See, let me correct everything Peter said here. I totally disagree with him 100%. See,
Why?
okay, there was never a time men provide 100%. There was never a time men provide 100%. That is not true. I was opportune to meet my great grandmom. Look at the way they do it. They will marry a young girl that is very young. They will put her in the house. She doesn't know anything. They will start impregnating you. Have first baby, second baby, third baby. What they will be bringing to the table will not be enough. You will now start asking other women how they are surviving. They will now introduce you to pepper business, tomato business, onions business, foodstuff business. Gradually, you are going to the market. That's why normally in our African markets, 98% of people selling foodstuff are women.
That's quite true.
98% of people that handle foodstuff business, selling mama put business, food business are women. Do you know why they are selling it? So that they can be able to feed their children.
That's true.
When men has never provide 100% in African setting. But in African setting, women are not allowed to hold bank accounts. So somehow you will not be gathering big money. Men only hold bank accounts. You will not beg your husband, help me put the money in the account. Automatically, they will tell you that your husband's money is your money. That is it. And Peter, let me correct you. Our forefathers are not buying early because of burden. Men are still buying early today, mostly because of their lifestyle. Go to where they are doing violence is men. Go to where they are catching people for money is men. Go to clubs. When you go to clubs, 70% of people there are men and they are spending their money. 30% there that are women are actually coming there to collect or maybe to enjoy their life once in a while. Majority of the smokers are men. Majority of people that drinks are men. And let me tell you one thing. Most of our forefathers are in their 30s, 40s, married to our foremothers that are 15, 14. Are you expecting the foremother that is a child to buy before an old man? The marriage is practically child and adult marriage. Most, even the ones that get up to 18, then their husband is in their 40s. The husband has really gone to UK, gather education, start working with a clerk, start working with post office, start working with railway station, all those old works, start working with NEPA. And the ladies are just young women. And remember, most of our mothers have a lot of children. Only few men provide. And you cannot provide 100% in your home. Do you know why? Because at some point, there are things that on a normal good day, it will come out emergency. And when you people talk about providing, what are you trying to say? Providing money and clothes. See, if you as a man, you're single, you employ a cook, you employ a nanny, then every night you want to sleep with a woman, you have to pay according to how many rounds. You will realize that you man that provide money actually provided 40%, that do, or even 30% with that money you're providing. Because the woman cleans, she cook. If you cannot get pregnant, a woman that is, she doesn't work, she doesn't do anything, she's able to get pregnant, hustle through 9 months of pregnancy, and another 2 years of nurturing a baby. That is 2 years and 9 months of providing emotional succor to a baby. At the end of the day, the baby will answer your son name, not hers. And you think she will still come and be sharing everything 50-50 with you. She works, yes. She will contribute in the house, I totally agree. But let me tell you, there was never a time our forefathers do 100%. That's a lie. So, if you're trying to tell me that you have a wife in the house, in pregnancy, the number of hours I'll work as a pregnant woman is not the same you work as a man that is not pregnant. Then, if we have 500 pounds family expenses, or we have 2,000 pounds monthly family expenses, I'll bring 1,000 pounds. While you work longer hours than me, run the maths. Who provide more? I'm
Can
actually
I
providing
respond to
70.
you?
Excuse me. I'm actually providing 70. That is what it is. So please, don't have that impression that mothers, they go to Omogo, they go to their children's house, the men are alone. It's only a bad man that will be alone at old age, even
No,
up to tomorrow.
listen.
Can I respond to you? Please,
Please,
please let me respond to her,
I
please.
want to respond.
you can
Like
respond to me
in
when
my
I'm
own
done.
case,
But you can
my
respond to
father
me when I'm
built the
done.
house. When
Excuse
I
me,
talk
sir.
about provision, I
Excuse
mean
me,
who
sir.
provided the house
Excuse
for the
me, sir.
family, who pays for the food, for the clothing. Those are the basic things of like the housing,
Really?
feeding, clothing. Like in my own
Really?
case, I even came to Canada to study. It was my father that
Excuse me,
paid.
please.
But
Please,
that's
hold
my
on.
father
Hold
did not
on.
even
Guys,
come to
guys,
do
wait,
to
wait, wait,
help.
wait, wait.
Hold on.
Listen, Peter and Queen, both of you are right because there are different demographics of people who actually do the things that you're both talking about. But we don't have the actual numbers for
What I'm
how
telling
many there
you
is and
is,
how
You
many
know, like
what I'm,
people.
my dad that paid for schooling
But
could
all
not
right,
come to
Peter,
see,
Canada
we
to
heard
take care
you.
of the children.
your dad,
We heard you.
So
Listen, Queen, listen. Both of you are correct because there are people, there are different demographics of people who achieve the things that you are talking about. But I don't want to carry on going round and
that's
round in that
why I
circle
swear to
because
God that
no, you
I
cannot
don't
tell
want the
me
same
that
life
men
my
Peter
father
and
providing is
did.
the
Queen,
way.
Peter
You
and
know,
Queen, be quiet, please. Peter and Queen.
Guys,
I want to
listen.
close this live at 1 o'clock.
Okay, listen.
I don't want to carry on going around and around on the same
All
topic
right.
when you're both right in your own right
All right.
because you are both
Can I
right.
respond? Can I
No,
respond?
no,
Can I
Mr.
respond to
President, there are
snakes?
two people. There are two people here waiting to talk, and we only have 12 minutes left because I have to take my kids to
All
school
right. Can
tomorrow.
I take 1 minute? Can I
Mr.
say 1 minute?
President, no, Mr. President, last time you promised me you take 2 minutes, you took even longer. So wait, when these two people have submitted, and I'm giving each of you 5 minutes. Kilo, unmute yourself and I'll put your countdown on. Kilo, are you there? Right. I'm putting
Yes.
you 5 minutes to achieve, to say what you want to say, and then after, if we have extra time, we go back to discussing. Everybody can talk. Go ahead.
Thank you. So, just looking at the banner, which says husbands are not leaders and wives should not submit, I totally disagree with the statement, both of them. So, husbands are leaders and women, wives, submit to their husbands. But not all husbands are leaders, and not all women or wives submit. That's where we're getting it wrong. If we can leave it to that side, and I do agree with Queen that in the African society, there's never been a time where a man provides 100% of the things of life. Basically, men did provide to a certain extent and all that kind of stuff, and women do submit, provide to a certain demography. For men that say, you know what, 50-50, it works. It works in the West and all this kind of stuff. Sorry to them, but that's a kind of far-fetched, because it is not true. And that's why we have all these problems that we have now, that women feel like, you know what, we are the same as men, and whilst we are not the same. So if we can take away that 50-50, that's not an achievable goal, and it's not
So, are
possible.
you saying women are not as intelligent as men? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying
Okay,
that.
okay, but when the only thing the whole topic is that there shouldn't be a lead. Mr. President, please mute yourself, because there's feedback on your mic, and I keep muting you, and you keep unmuting yourself. The fact of the matter is, the reason why I put that topic up there is no birthright on leadership on account of being a male. There is no birthright to being submissive on account of being a female. We are both equally capable of thinking and finding solutions to problems. And that's
So
a fact.
no, it's not a fact.
It is a
So
fact.
where
It
you
is a
see,
fact. This is why
okay,
when we go to school, there is boys and girls in school. This is why
okay,
when you go to work, there is males and females in work. This is why when people get promoted, you get males and females getting promoted, because we all have sense and sensibility. This is why when people buy houses, women can buy houses, men can buy houses. When people learn how to drive a car, women can drive, men can drive. When people choose go into acting, men can act, women can act. There is nobody who is, by virtue of their gender, a monopolizer of knowledge and wisdom. None.
there
Not
is,
by virtue of gender. It is equally shared amongst every single person, unless you have some sort of learning disability that stops you from being able to make decisions in life. Every single person is capable of making decisions.
Can I ask you one question? That tells you that we are different. There's different dynamics to males and female. I'll ask you one simple question. Can you name me any one skyscraper which was built by women?
That's your thing you want to go to.
No, I'm asking you.
Buildings.
Show me a human being born by a man.
Actually, let's go to just a simple thing, because I like to use this because it's easy for people to understand, because we're all using mobile phones right now. The first code for computers was created by a woman. That's the reason why we have ended up with mobile phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what does that tell you? The actual moon landing was actually made possible by a woman who actually said, I will get into that office and show you how to do the calculations to build a rocket that leaves the ozone layer. It was a woman. A group of guys that left women outside of the door and said, oh no, we know everything because we're men. Women don't know things, blah, blah, blah. But when she entered that room, they all sat down and went, shit. We didn't work out the math and she knows the math. They're female doctors. In fact, when men were the only doctors, they actually did not even experiment on the things that female doctors are bringing into society right now for people to have extra knowledge about how the human body works. Things like the nervous system, those were all pioneered by women researching and saying, no, people actually have feelings and you need to find out how to calculate pain, all of those things.
Okay, if you say that.
And then
okay.
let me answer your question in terms of skyscrapers. A lot of times women were not allowed to get into commerce or into work or working. It's been happening in the last maybe 50 to 70 years. That's when women finally got the right to vote and the right to work. But in that time, women have managed to catch up to the knowledge that men have been digesting and taking from education. Women have managed to catch up in the space of 50 to 70 years, whilst you guys have monopolized it for hundreds and hundreds of years, right? 2 millennia. You have taken over for 2 millennia, but it took women 70 to 50 years to catch up to what you've been monopolizing and taking. But when it comes to buildings and work that is high labor, that usually males are into rather than women. Women do go and study these things. There are women in construction here in the UK. There are women who are engineers. Right? Before somebody goes and builds a building, you have an engineer who says, actually, this is going to work because of the dynamics of this and that and that, right? But you find a lot of women who go into construction or working railway or working on oil rigs. Do you know what happens to them? They get sexually abused on the work because men can't control themselves when they see a female amongst them when there's loads of them. So this opportunity for women to be able to be in those spaces, you guys keep taking it because you keep sending us away from it because you don't keep us safe. If you all could educate yourselves on how to keep women safe, the world would be a better place. But you just put your hands up and say, well, I didn't do that. I didn't wolf whistle at her. I didn't grope her. I didn't touch her bum. It wasn't me, so it's not my problem. But none of you take responsibility for the fact that the problems that we have in society, most of them are caused by males. Okay. But you want to tell me that men are more clever? If they were more clever, why do we have a lot of them in prison more than women for crimes that they really should have thought about and never have done? A lot of serial unalivers are male. A lot of rapists, a lot of child sexual abusers, a lot of people who abuse even men and boys. A lot of sexual abuse on women, wives, is done by men. Okay. So how can you stand there and say that men are cleverer than women? They're not. Because you don't have the emotional intelligence to deduce what is right and what is wrong and actually stop yourselves in the tracks before you do something that is heinous to somebody else.
Okay, can I answer back now?
So that skyscraper you're talking about, it would have never been possible if a woman didn't give birth to you.
Okay, so can I answer now?
No, it's all right. Let World Alive move.
Why
because
not?
we've got 3 minutes. Because I don't like stupidity. It really drives me nuts. And I don't have the patience today. Like I said, I'm already hungover and stupidity just drives me nuts. World Alive, good evening. You come over here to say you're cleverer, but you speak a lot of stupid stuff. It's just show me the cleverness. Show me the cleverness. Where is this thing that says husbands are leaders? Where is the knowledge? Where is the knowledge? You're not presenting it. So you're proving my point.
I want to add something to what you were saying. Men cause war too. Most of the war in the world, like First World War, Second World War, they are caused by men. Even Ukraine, Russia war, Russia is caused by men. Like men cause so many terrible wars.
Yeah. Look at what Donald Trump did the other day.
If US have picked that lady in US, what's her name? There's one lady that contested with Trump. If that lady won, the world would have been peaceful.
Very
more
different
than
place.
today.
Now we've got more problems because
Trump is ready for a third world war.
Yeah,
He
but
even
yeah,
threatened to go to Nigeria and take over.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
threatened to
Men
go
are
and
the
take
troublemakers
Greenland
when it comes to things
because
like
he's
that.
trying to use his ammunitions in his country. So look at it at a very with a very open mind and outside of the box. Don't just regurgitate the things that you were told by your fathers and grandfathers and think that's reality. Look at the reality of what's happening in society. But how can somebody think it's okay to go and destroy another person's country and then they say we are wise, so we should be leaders? You destroyed homes, children's lives, schools, hospitals, all of these things in Ukraine. For what benefit? You've hurt a whole nation. For what benefit?
Okay, let me say this. Let me
I
say
hear
this.
you. I hear you, and all that. Yeah, understand about what I'm
Okay,
trying
so
to say.
World Alive, unmute yourself. Let's hear your thoughts because it's already, and you've got 5 minutes.
So I'm not
Okay,
gonna
thank you.
respond
I
to
think
the
I
what
have
you say.
unmuted myself. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Come closer to the mic, please. Thank you.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. I'm looking at the topic. It's talking about husbands and wives. But then the discussion is now talking about males and females.
Because every
So
husband is male and every wife is female.
yeah, but the
Get that
titles.
and then move forward. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So my point is this concept of husbands being leaders and wives being to submit is a biblical concept. It is a biblical concept. So I wanted to advance my point on the biblical point of view. I don't know if we are discussing this with that in mind.
No, no,
Because
no. I don't
I
actually allow
agree.
people to talk about the Bible here.
So okay, so let me agree with you that we are all equal in all aspects, right? Intelligent wise, we are there should not be any difference. So my point was to base on the Bible. So because you are saying no Bible here, I think I cannot argue more. I cannot say anything more than that.
Yeah,
I hope you
I
agree.
don't allow people to talk about the Bible because it just creates a whole lot of kerfuffle that is not necessary. And
Yeah,
a
but
lot of people will listen on this panel. Most of them, some of them are not Christians. So we can't really start trying to talk because it's not a Christian TikTok. I just want people to use their own reasoning on what's right to do to another person or to get from another person. That's what I
all right,
want.
let me respect
I,
that.
So
Host,
generally,
I want
like
to
I've
add
said,
something too.
anybody can be a
Men
leader.
started slavery too.
Leadership has
Wait,
nothing.
guys, World has not finished his 5 minutes.
Yes, so
Okay,
I'm saying I cannot continue because I want to respect the norms
okay,
of
okay.
the
So let me
Right, right,
let me
right.
let me just tidy up my submission. See, when it comes to leadership, leadership is not a gender thing. Anybody can be a leader. I've seen families that the wife is the leader and the families thrive well.
Yeah, you've got your 5 minutes there, so just keep a
Okay,
watch on the time.
yeah. So I've seen households, the husband is the leader, the family scatter. And I've seen family, the husband is the leader, the family thrive well. And leadership entails in situation. Everybody has their talent, everybody has their skill. That's why husband and wife come together. I might be the one that is very good with money management. Then I should be leading in money financial department. Everybody has their independent skill. And because I'm an adult, and when it comes to marriage, the marriage certificate is signed by the husband and wife.
Oh.
Meaning two of us are going into a partnership. That's why you have your witness. I have my witness. Just like if you want to sign a deal with any company, you come with your witness. If you want to buy any property, so if I will have my witness, you have yours. It simply means two of us are owning a family. We want to have a family together. And because we have a family together, everybody should have a role they play. Everybody should have a skill, what they put into the family to make the family work. And everybody should support each other and understand, like, if you come into this family, you want to cook, you cannot tell me, you're bringing money for food. Like, the food you eat this food, this is your home. And when they talk about this submission is a two-way thing. There was never a time, there was no place they say, wives, submit to your husbands. The right word is submit to each other in one accord. That is the right word. But I don't know why people always have amnesia of this particular thing they used to manipulate women and blackmail women into submission. Even the love they told them to love women, they don't do it. Remember, there was before the love came in. But somehow they want to use it to manipulate women. If you have a partner and you both understand each other, respect each other, because all these things you see comes naturally, respect is reciprocal. And when you understand that this is a human being, you want to apply the golden rule to this person, what you want them to do to you. This person is playing this is a football pitch. The midfielder is playing, the defender is playing, the attackers, they are all playing for one thing, to score a goal. And they're one team. And even in the one team, everybody has their role and nobody can actually police each other. So I don't believe as immediately you become a husband, you're a leader and the wife is your subordinate. No, your wife is your partner. She's not your subordinate. Like in my place, if you marry a woman, let's say you're 40, you marry a girl of 25, the girl will come and join your age grade. Do you know when she's joining your age grade? You guys are now one. You guys are now the same. You guys are equal. That's why she has to come and join. So, and when you both, like somebody said, a man is the one that brings you to the kingdom. No, nothing like that. That's why I said from beginning, I totally disagree with everything he was saying. I was meant to come to that part before he shut me up. When you want to talk about your kingdom, that's why they say that you, the man self, will live. I will live, you will live, we'll come together and build a family. And that's why we call it a matrimonial home. That's why we call it, this is my home. So it's not like she's a visitor that you just brought her from nowhere to come and align with your kingdom. That's not true. You guys decide to do life together. So when I'm doing life with you, that's why even the Englishman call it my partner, my spouse, my couple. They always list three things. When you want to bring it down to a normal generic English, it means two people that are together. So leadership in family is not gender-based. It depends on ability, it depends on capacity. It depends on what you can deliver. Honestly, some men prefer women to lead them happily. They will say, no, you're smart. Me, I know me. I want a woman to lead me, Joe. And they thrive together. I've seen so many men like that. So it's not a gender thing. That's my own submission on that. And submission is not one person thing. It's a two-way thing. So that's my own take on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much. The other reason why this leadership and submission exists, it's not only just because of what was said in the Bible. There is a thing called patriarchy that has been ruling the whole of society, which is the reason why women were not allowed to vote or go to school. And women were not allowed to read. They were not allowed to be seen in public spaces or to be doing anything because of patriarchy. And a lot of people think that a lot of people are still living in patriarchy and they still believe in it. So for those who don't know what patriarchy is a social system based on male domination that perpetuates profound gender inequality, limiting opportunities for women and imposing rigid, damaging expectations on men. It fuels economic disparities, gender-based violence, and restricted autonomy for women, while damaging men's emotional health through masculine stereotype, toxic masculinity. So for all the men who are like, hey, patriarchy, you're damaging yourself. You're damaging yourself. You are absolutely damaging yourself. This is not ChatGPT. This is coming from the Egalitarian, which is a study, and then Population Media Center, which is another study, and then Next Gen Men, which is another study by men for men to help men understand it. And then it is also coming through where people go and socially speak about it on Reddit, where they actually go and speak about how it's damaging
Queen.
for both parties.
All right,
And
Queen.
then it is also coming from another paper called Liberating Motherhood. And so you need to actually go and research before you start just saying it's ChatGPT. No, no, no. Because the world we live in these days, everything is documented on computers so that it is digestible across the world for everybody. What ChatGPT has done is it just managed for an AI to gather all the bits of information and figure it out for us without everybody having to look so far into very many different places.
Can I
But
say can I say this? Can I say this? Can I say this, Queen? Can I say this, please? Can I say this?
Go ahead.
Yeah, can I say this, please, everybody? Thank you, thank you. You know, Church. I'm really pleased that you make a point about that woman or maybe a man should not have authority over over each other. So every individual of us has a right to do or maybe to exercise what they're supposed to or maybe what they are capable of. So, but God created us differently. So when we avoid the Holy Bible, for example, so when you say that maybe so you do not actually give a permission or maybe give allowed a Bible verse to be in this conversation, I say it's wrong because what I know about a gender is something that you have to understand yourself. So I just want you don't believe in Bible, but I want you Asian everyone has you, so you have to read there is a scripture in a First Timothy.
I am a Christian. I have read the Bible and I read it every single day, and I know the scripture you're talking about. So,
So
but bringing Christianity and the Bible into it doesn't even.
all
It's
right, it
there's no
doesn't
place
work.
for it.
So it doesn't work. But the thing is this one. So if you understand it, then it work for you. But the most that you need to understand it. Because if you don't understand it, then it won't work for you. It will work for other people as well. So there's what is called I will read it. I will not read it. He said that let a woman learn in silence with the submission. I do not permit a woman to teach or to assume authority over.
Mr. President, are you actually reading the Bible right now?
Yeah, I'm just I'm just giving you this one. Then I will go to my point.
No, that's disrespectful to my rules. I don't want you to do that. Please don't.
All right, okay, no problem. I forget about it. Okay, I leave it now. Okay, so when we talk about the woman, Miss, I understand that a woman is a part of my body. I respect a woman, but should a woman also respect me? Yeah. If she don't respect me, so she expect me to provide for her need. I go out every day. I wake up every morning and go for my work, and I do whatever I can to provide for her, to provide for her need, to provide for my children. She's a part of my children. She's the reason why I have this child. I mean, she's the reason that I have these children. So if she doesn't consider that issue, that I am the reason of all these things, I consider her as she's the mother. So why should I respect her as well? So she need to acknowledge that I am the reason of all these things. I work the same job. We do the same job. We have the same salary. But when we go out for a dinner, I pay for a dinner. I pay for the house bill. I pay
Mr. President,
yeah,
Mr. President,
yeah.
I always have to remind every single man in the world that the work that your wife does at home, if she doesn't go to actual work, is quantifiable to a value of money. So your paycheck actually belongs to her. Your paycheck actually belongs to her.
Okay, the thing is this one. So it belongs to her, but for me, I think that my woman is a part of my body. So I don't care what she do. I don't care how money I know how much salary that she earn. It's none of your business. But my responsibility is that I have to provide for her, no matter what she's doing, because I am the man. And I am the provider.
Just you need to go to bed.
I must provide for her, no matter how money that she earns. She might be a billionaire. She might have money. She might have a lot of things to do. But
Mr. Provider.
but as a
Mr.
man,
Provider.
but as a man, I have a thing to do. So a woman is not just something that is not someone that who can so like maybe I can
Do you know? Do you
Do
know
you
what it
provide for
is?
free?
Do you know what it is? You're not providing. You're providing peanuts. You're providing the bare minimum. What she provides is even worse than what you provide. It's
That is
even more.
it.
I am
And
provider. I am provider.
They sh- Please, you're not any
but you're
provider.
worshiping money. You're worshiping money. Money is not the end all of everything in life.
No, it's not a
You are
worshiping.
though, because you're making money to be more important than what your woman does at home. But
It's not a
listen,
worshiping. It's not a worshiping.
listen,
It's
Mr.
not.
President,
Yeah.
Mr. President, it's 1:15 in the morning. I really don't want to get into an argument. I just listen,
I think
guys.
we need to tell Mr. President, you need to do cooking and cleaning for your wife too. You need to
Like
help your wife. Okay?
the
It's not
reason
only money.
the reason why we bring up topics like this and why feminism exists is because women are sick and tired of men only being quantified by money. They want more from their husbands and their partners. Wives are sick and tired of men lording things over them just because they went to work. They want a more deeper connection. Bring in something more than just a paycheck. Because if the world ends today and there were no more jobs, then what is the worth for you?
What exactly, Miss? What exactly a woman want right now than being provided? So a woman actually is someone that who care about the family.
Mr. President, you've had your 5 minutes. Peter, did you want to round up and say something else?
Yeah, thank you, my sister. I really like this program you're doing because this program is an eye opener. It makes every man to understand that the world has changed. You know, men and women are intelligent. Like intelligence, it's not gender based. Like when it comes to excellence, when it comes to performance, men and women are equal. When it comes to provision, when it comes to protection, men and women are equal. But we have to understand that the way the world is in Western country now makes men to experience what is called love. If you look at the African context, you know, most women get married to a man that is ready. What I mean by that is that some women marry for survivor. I'm not saying all of them in African context, but most of them marry for survivor. A man who is ready, and if he has resources like housing, like for feeding, for clothing, in African context, ladies will be ready for marriage. That is why if you go to African countries, if you ask the couples, are you ready to stay in marriage or not? If they ask them secretly, there's some women that will say no, they don't want to stay here. They don't want to stay in this marriage. Because when you are a man and the only thing you do is to think you are providing, but just because you have some resources, it brings resentment from the ladies. You don't make them feel the sense of belonging. You know, sense of belonging comes from two of you supporting each other, two of you raising each other, standing together tall, you know, raising your kids together with respect, both goes both way, you know, rubbing mind together in a way that is respectful. You know, when you are at that level, then you feel what is called love in both ways. But those men that still believe that if they provide,
with money, they work hard and provide and sacrifice everything, and they are demanding respect from women, you are joking. Like you're gonna have a headache at one point and you will unalive yourself. You will not grow old. Because if you are doing that, you have to do more things too. You have to be cleaning, you have to be cooking. Just because for you to say you are providing, it's not enough. It's not enough. What about the emotional needs? What about the support you need physically in the kitchen? I just hope those men can grow up before they run into trouble. But in Western countries, it's easier because when a lady accepts, I want to believe the men have already know that they can both have a life together. That's why there's something called courtship. Even in Western country, you don't have to buy more than coffee. You just buy coffee. It doesn't cost much. Then you go to restaurant, you talk about your expectation, you talk about what you want in future. Then two of you connect and you know that, yeah, you're both in for this relationship. And at the end of the day, the lady will say yes, not out of prayer. We say yes, not because of survivor. She said yes because she knows she's in for this. We're together, man. I got you. When a lady say I got you, trust me, it's stronger than when a man say I got you, because it shows true love. But in African context, so many men don't experience what is called true love. What they experience is what is called submission. Submission in so many African contexts, because you are using your money or resources, and the women are saying yes, sir. And you think that is love? No. It's like a boss and employee thing. Like it's not love. And so, but if you actually experience that love, it brings equality. It doesn't come with resentment. The women feel content, the wife feel content, the husband feel content, and they're going to raise their kids in such a way that there will be love, and they will speak to each other honestly. They will learn together. They will face consequence together and grow together and have happy life ever. So I just hope men can grow up and experience what is called partnership, what is called 50-50, what is called partnership, what is called you know, relationship that is equal.
True companionship is not about having power over anyone. And if you get married for the sheer fact that you want to start being a leader of a house, you're going to lose out, because women are waking up and they're deciding, I don't want to have to deal with somebody's bullshit. I deserve to be happy. They just want to connect with you on a deeper level and be happy. Love me, I'll love you back. Respect me, I'll respect you back. Let me speak and I'll let you speak too. Listen to me and I'll listen to you. Hold my hand, I'll hold your hand. Guys, I'm always telling you this. Most of you who fight for leadership don't understand the fact that half the time when you sleep with a woman, you don't even perform the way that you should.
Okay, Queen, listen.
See, I want
Wait,
to.
wait, Mr. President, wait, because this is already 20 past. Most guys, they don't even perform the way that they think they do in bed. A lot of women are left without ever actually experiencing true intimacy in bed because they don't actually climax, because they're not connected with you on a deeper level. If you connect with your wife on a deeper level, let me tell you something, that bedroom time is going to be amazing. She is the one who's going to be jumping on you and say, please do that thing again. If you don't know how to connect with your wife and you just use your leadership and control over her, and then you say, when I want it, she should give me, you are not experiencing the best of what was given to us as human beings. The ability to have schmecks without actually having to produce every single time like cats do. You're missing out. You need to actually connect with a woman from in here and respect her. And actually, she is going to emotionally attach to you in a very sexual way that you're going to think, wow, I didn't know that I was this interesting, that my wife could chase me when I'm naked and say, hey, show me. And she'll be like, let me shower with you. Let me sit on top of you. Let me do all this. You're missing out. If the only time you could ever have schmecks with your wife is when you plan it and go, tonight, it's Wednesday, and we haven't done it in a week, madam. If you're not on your period, can we do it? You're missing out. You're missing out. There is a beauty in having your wife chase you and say, daddy, come sit on me. Daddy, lift me up. Do this. Because she's connected with you and she's your friend and she loves you and she respects you because you're giving her those things too. Anyway, guys, it's really late. I need to go to bed. I'll be back again live tomorrow.
See, Peter, please, in Africa, maybe it has been a while you come back to Africa. See, I'm talking from the clique I move with. Let me tell you, not every woman in Africa is hungry. And I want you to know that a lot of men in Africa doesn't even have money to give women. An average man in Africa, when you get close to them and ask them, it's either their elder sister help them, their mother help them, or even their girlfriends. Women give men money too in Africa, okay? I think you feel that women in Africa are hungry. That's not true.
No. What I'm saying is that in African context, we do marriage, we do ceremony. It costs a lot of money. Men need to have enough money.
Please.
Guys, we're not going to do this. I know you still want to carry on talking, but I'll be back live tomorrow. I need to go to bed, okay? Thank you all for being on the platform. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for the gifts, guys. But I need to go to bed. I need to take my kids to school. I'll be up at 6:30 in the morning. It's already 1:30. So unlike X School of Life, I don't stay on live stream throughout the night and then decide tomorrow, hey, they think kids will be neglected. I have to do shit. So we're going to go to bed. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody. Good night. Take care.
No, let me say this. Let me say it before you go.
No.